Oh.
Bye.
All right. Hi, everyone. We've had the mother of all technical difficulties. I'm so sorry, everyone. There's been everything going on. Discord, literally 15 minutes before we decided we try to go live, has had an issue, so you cannot connect to any voice channels at all. So we had to spin up an alternative within 15 minutes. We managed it in just 45 minutes. And so that's what you're hearing. That's why you're not seeing any Discord activity icons over to the left, because that's obviously not going to work because we're not on Discord. But we are here. And we are ready to go with some Nordmark. Who would like its inspiration and to tell us what happened last time?
I think I still have inspiration for making an old man cry.
As you should.
All.
Actually, none of you have inspiration because you've all. Oh no, except you. You do, yeah, because that was right at the end, wasn't it? Yeah.
I did an after-action report. Thank you very much.
Same.
Oh, fine. Well, I'll do it, and I'll give myself inspiration.
No, don't do that.
Everybody was talking.
Okay, fair enough.
I was being polite. This is the last time that Naeve does anything nice for anyone.
And the first.
Last.
First time for everything.
Okay, I'm calm, I'm chill, I'm in control of my diaphragm. Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh no!
Oh no. We've only got 5 minutes till the dungeon explodes. See y'all in 40 episodes.
Sounds Haze screaming.
The last session started after saving Yugalov. I think that's what it's called. We explored some rooms, we solved a puzzle, it was easy, there was magnets. I still think we can trap Big Horrible Machine on magnets, it would be highly malarious. Said Big Horrible Machine is actually Big Celestial Guardian of Time, and it will murder all of us. Without even attempting to murder us, we will just die. So we do not want to do that. The old man that is with us, however, would like to die to the big machine because the old man is stupid. Naeve is not yet sure if Naeve is going to allow this fool to live because they may endanger the entire party. We went to a big garden, spoke to a tree. Parfait is really good at speaking in rhyme.
Thank you.
And now we have to plant seedlings from trees somewhere in Airedale. What else was? And then we find resting room where we can have nice long rests. It's most excellent.
Very nice. Yeah, that's great. Have inspiration. That's a really good summary. Sorry, I look very, very confused right now. I just realized I had not opened my notes until now because of all the things I've been dealing with.
I just realized that I haven't opened the character sheet.
Oh, you don't need that.
Wait, DMs are supposed to take notes?
I don't take notes when I'm running games. I just take notes beforehand. Right. How are we all doing? Are we all ready to go? You're in a lovely comfy area. You've had a lovely long rest. Everyone's back to full health, including Sir Horatio, I made sure. Because he was down 8 hit points.
Yeah. He would have gone off to die had we not persuaded him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all my hit points back. I don't use mine.
Seems to happen a lot.
So, up to you where you go now. I mean, obviously, you can exit this room straight back out to the atrium, but where you go from there is your choice.
We fully explored this room, right? We checked for secret doors and all that sort of shit.
I would like to search the room for secret doors, please.
Haze, make me a roll.
Hey, wouldn't the roll have advantage? Because
it would.
Of this room's bullshit?
Well, no, because of Haze's bullshit. It has advantage.
Yep. What was my investigation again? Good. Okay. D20 plus 7. 24.
Okay. There are no secret rooms. Or secret doors in this
There's got to
room.
be something in this dungeon that is secret.
There genuinely are. You just haven't come across any of them yet. You've not missed any. I will say that. You've not missed any.
No, because
It doesn't appear
Haze
to
has
be
checked in
any
every single room we've gone
secret
in.
doors in this room.
This is effectively soon to be Dead Lady's bedroom, so I would like to look around for notes on the construction, any hints we might find, that kind of deal.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
all information for surviving the dungeon.
Yeah. Make me an investigation check, please.
And I want to point out, you said the thing that this room does is alternate between advantage and disadvantage.
It does. So this check will now have disadvantage.
Hey! Hey, gotta stick to the rules.
Wait, does it count if I had advantage from an ability anyway, or whether that?
It does count, yeah.
Okay.
The gods don't care whether you've got advantage from an ability. I suppose it would offset a disadvantage, but yeah.
You know, I think first I'm gonna lie to Hank for no reason. See if he believes me.
Okay, roll. What are you saying? What are you saying to Hank?
Hank, I think you have treated this man perfectly fine, and I'm definitely not going to do something horrible to you when we get out of this dungeon.
Roll deception
Oh,
with disadvantage.
Yeah. Disadvantage.
4. Okay. Hank, what's your passive insight? Well, it's going to be more than 4. What am I saying? Hank, you get the deep feeling that the rabbit is lying to you. The Harangun is lying to you, sorry. And is probably going to attack you. How do you feel about this?
I think Hank would just go along with it anyway, because he thinks he's stronger than Parfait.
That's it's a bold decision.
Hank would just be like, "Well, yeah, he saved my life a minute ago, so I count him as one of my best friends now. You're right, on your old man."
That's good to hear.
Okay.
Anyway,
so if you want to
get added?
now look around, you can roll me an investigation check with advantage. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't consider this munchkinism because, to be quite honest, it's going to cause you problems down the road if you... Okay, 21. You do find some discarded notes. This room is mostly pristine, but whoever built it clearly had some sort of design and blueprints to work to, and you find some notes. They're really faded, they're really hard to read, but you do get some information. You learn that the bonfires room is intended to be a combination incinerator, wastewater treatment system, soil rejuvenation center, and air purification network.
And I will share this information with the rest of the class. The bond.
Sorry,
That's fine. I forgot what I was about to say.
I was just going to ask if we could have that list again.
Sure, it's incinerator, wastewater treatment center, soil rejuvenation center, and air purification network.
So, like, this guy proper wanted to live down here then, right? Or something.
Also, quick reminder, I ended last session by using hideous laughter on Hank.
Yeah, but that only lasts for
A minute.
what? Yeah.
I just thought,
And
might
we had a long
make
rest.
dialogue or something. Yeah. From what I can tell, I mean, I could be wrong on this. I think that this whole place is designed to keep the noble's wife alive. Whoever is in charge of time probably had a problem with that. The big guy was sent to bust the place up, and I think it's been chained into service of the dungeon. Otherwise, it would be destroying this place.
Fascinating.
See,
Because
I think that is maybe only one part of puzzle, because it had one of lines on it, yes?
Yes. Which I can't explain why it would have that if that wasn't, the dungeon, and chaining it to service.
Yeah, it's all part of the same thing.
Is it entirely
when you go and get a
possible that-
tattoo, it's totally you're enchaining yourself to someone's service, right?
A thought occurs. Perhaps it manifested through a piece of machinery or something that already has the words written on it, or perhaps self-repaired.
Maybe.
Or maybe, now bear with me, right? Maybe the bloke who made this place is the god of time.
Right.
Could be.
Perhaps, Hank, not on the shoulder, because
On the butt.
Hank's all the way up there. Not quite on the butt, because Hank's a dwarf. But like, on the
Too
side
low
of the
down.
arm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Naeve's knows. Alright, so what are we going to do? But we bust this place up ourselves then?
I don't think we can.
We finish puzzle, yes. We collect all the line. And then go in final secret room.
Yeah.
Alright, and if we see that big thing again, we just run like hell, like...
Yes.
Okay.
That seems wise.
If anybody would like to try to fight a big strange machine, I will leave you to die.
Look, I tried to push that thing over, it ain't happening.
You are pretty strong.
It is more than strong. It is a little, well, imagine, do you understand the laws of physics?
Yeah, like, it's an impossible, isn't it?
Indeed. This is the enforcer of the laws of physics. They are the manifestation of the inevitability of the universe itself.
It is worst kind of pop.
Yeah, we were between a rock and an immovable object.
It would be more accurate to say that it would be more accurate to say that both the unstoppable force and immovable objects are about to meet on us.
Right, now you've exhausted all of the smart things I read from a book once, so all right, let's go and let's go and hit some things, or jump on some things, or turn some dials or something.
All right.
Naeves would like us to make plan before we embark.
That's a good idea.
I'd also
First question. Sorry, Brew, go on.
I think Haze would also want to check to see if there's anything valuable around as well.
Sorry, I realised I'd answered in my head. I've been doing a lot of monitoring audio quality and trying to tweak things. Give me a... This feels less like investigation and more like a perception, so give me one of those.
Okay, perception. Is this at disadvantage?
This is with disadvantage, yeah.
Okay, cool. My perception's terrible anyway, so at least I'm setting everyone else up. 12.
Okay.
Oh, costed me a 19.
With a 12, you find over in one of the cupboards. There's sort of these dressers and drawers. You find some fine silk dresses. They are an incredibly archaic style. To put it into perspective, it would be like if you'd opened a door and seen something from a Tudor times, that sort of thing. Incredibly archaic, but they are lined with silver and gold, and they might fetch a bit of money to the right person, maybe a collector, probably not for wearing.
These might be worth something. I mean, Spring might want to try them on first, but...
saying that we burned through quite a bit of healing in our first interaction with Time Cop. Can I look around and see if there's any potions?
You can. I'm going to tell you up front there are not. Because
I want.
Bree's already looked around. You've looked around for notes. There's nothing else to find in this place.
Got it.
Right.
Never mind.
Okay. So, I have 3 questions. The first question being, how are we doing in general potions of healing? Because I had 2, I think, and I'm out, so...
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, I've got 3 of them.
I gave 2 to Hank. I think I gave 2 to everyone, so
Yeah,
Hank
did.
and Ilks are out. Inventory says I have 3 potions of healing left. I used 1 and rolled really poorly in the healing room.
Luckily, we came straight here.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright,
like,
so-
I mean, we can just remember this place, right? And come back here if we get in trouble again.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I just want everyone to make sure we're all aware of what we have. And to see if we didn't want to redistribute it somehow. I'm fine if you all want to keep it as it is. I'm all good. But,
I'm gonna hand a potion to Enfys.
Hey.
Yep.
Thank you, Parfait. Much appreciated.
So, like, as we were reading about this bonfire room, maybe we go there first?
That seems like a smart idea.
Yeah.
Would we also like to consider maybe we change the fast spinny? Perhaps we can set it to something other than gods. Maybe get different effects.
Shall I give you an overview of the rooms you've yet to go into as well? Would that help?
That would be Fields, Chattels,
yeah.
Sky, Chaff, Bonfires, and Feast. Right?
It is Fields, Chattel, Sky... Yeah, Chaff, Bonfires, Feast. You're absolutely right, yeah.
Ta-da!
Nicely done.
Did we know anything about any of the others apart from bonfire? I forget.
I don't think you know anything about the others yet.
I mean, in a metagamey sense, I heard Nick make some comments about Sky at the end of the last session, but I don't think Parfait knows them.
I think...
I have no recollection of this, and therefore it's
No,
not in my
yeah.
notes. So, okay.
All right, let's go light a bonfire or something then.
Are we considering changing the fast valve or not?
Right, we can see what happens.
I don't know much about gods, mate. Like, you do your thing, I guess.
You can
Also,
give it a go.
I want to look at Sir Horace, as I'm calling him. Okay, make sure he knows that we cannot fight this thing. Running is the only option.
Oh, yes, I got that from the last encounter with the Blighter, but...
Making sure.
Yeah, it's perfect time for a heroic send-off, and all that. You know, hold the door and all that. Run, save yourselves, I'll hold off the Blighter. You know, that sort of thing.
There's a small matter of that being completely unnecessary.
Yeah, I think we just stick together from now on. Like, all
course
for
it's
one and one for all
necessary.
or something like.
Honor is everything. If you have no honor, you're nothing.
Yeah, but like honor amongst friends and that, innit?
There is no honor in throwing your life away.
There's a lot of honor. I've seen a lot of people be honored that way. War is very honorable, and a lot of people throw their lives away.
An honorable death is one thing, but dying an unnecessary one is completely different.
All right, let's just get out of here. Like,
Yeah.
go on, Horatio. Let's go beat this dungeon thing.
We'll agree to disagree on that other thing. All right.
So, Horatio, consider. Perhaps the key to defeating this creature is, in fact, to retreat from it until we found a way to deal with it properly.
Roll me a persuasion check. With advantage this time.
Haha!
Okay, what's my persuasion? +1, okay. Give me some good 2 14s for a 15.
Looks at you for a second as if he's mulling it over and goes, "No, I don't think that's right at all. The honor is in the dying bit. That's where the honor comes in."
The only honourable die I know about is what I do to my hair.
While they're chatting away, could I just slip out of the room, sneakily through the thing, and just make sure that the orchard's not going to get us ambushed?
Sure. You're not going into the orchard. The orchard's a different room. You'd be into the atrium.
Oh, we're going straight into the
Yeah.
doors room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Orchard was not connected to this.
Yeah, you came via the atrium to this one as well.
Okay, then I'll just exit into the atrium.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hank's gonna go in as well. He's had enough of this weird chat.
Yep.
Okay, you've got your valves. Currently, there is no quarrets in here.
Wait, I'm using the wrong thing.
Sir Horatio follows in and goes, "I'll guard the door just in case the blighter comes through. Get in there. Haze, get in here." Goes in, shoves Haze through the door.
Yeah, Haze just face palms as she's shoved through.
So if I remember correctly, the left wheel is the god wheel, the right wheel is the destinations, and the middle one is I don't remember.
Season.
Season.
And you now have all the parts to go to any season. You've unlocked them all.
Alright.
Bonfires
So-
that you mentioned earlier is in autumn, just for reference.
So you wanted to change the god wheel to dragons?
Any of them?
What are the
I
options
am not
on the god wheel?
particularly gods, dragons, balefire, and primordial. But it's also moving hella fast, so I don't know how we make sure it is actually set on one.
And we don't know what
Stop it
any
on
of
one and
the other
see.
ones do. They might be horrendous.
But
I mean,
they
to be
might
fair,
also be amazing.
I mean, to be fair, we don't know what the gods ones do either, except a few of them.
Yeah.
And the longer we stay here, the more chances Big Guy's going to show up, so let's do something fast. So I'll switch over to bonfires.
Okay.
Just a quick vote of yeas or nays. Who wants to change the fast valve?
I mean, it's going to change on its own anyway. If we don't know what any of them are going to do, just see what happens.
I mean, it's spinning on gods, but
I was
we
gonna jam it on one of the options.
Yeah, I think Haze is probably going to be in favour because she wants to know more about how this dungeon works.
Excellent. I would like to take a python and just jam it into the thing, and whatever it stops on, it stops on.
All right, if you're not trying to stop it on a particular one, we won't need a check. Go ahead and jam it in, and I will roll a d4 for which one it stops on.
Hooray,
If you want to
jam.
stop it on a particular one, though, you can make me a dexterity check.
Rogue making a
Ooh.
dex check.
Ooh, okay. No, you made it a deck. I was expecting like.
Well, it's all
strength,
about
but you made
timing.
dex,
It's all about
so-
timing. It's not about the strength.
Okay.
It's about,
Okay.
you getting it right. It'd be
Let's-
raw dexterity.
Let's go for dragons because kobold.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I am fairly dexterous myself.
I think that makes sense. The two of you are kind of like looking at it at the same time, like, now!
Yeah.
Just raw dex, yeah.
Raw dex with advantage because you've got assistance from Parfait.
1, 2, 3, 4. Advantage. 17.
17.
just as well.
Okay. I think that's enough. So you jam it in and it stops on dragons. That's going to be interesting. I will say it likely is going to snap after one room. But you've got multiple
that's
pints.
fair.
You can try it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They come in like packs of 20.
Yeah, you've got tons of them. You'll be fine.
So is
but
it stopped
yeah.
on a specific dragon, or is it just dragons as a group?
It is dragons as a group. I will determine which dragon when you enter the room.
Yeah.
I hope you know
Right.
what you're doing, Naeve. All
And
right.
I've,
It'll be fine. Do not worry.
and I've switched the thing to bonfires, so
Yes.
Okay, so you go to bonfires. Bonfires is a... Yeah, okay.
Please step into the thing.
We gotta do them all at some point, right?
Okay. So, 4 of the walls in this hexagonal room are covered in mosaics, each depicting the destructive force of one of the 4 elements. 4 9-foot-tall stone statues of elementals line the far wall across from the closed door behind you. Each statue is wrapped in pipes, each one a different colour: brown for earth, blue for water, yellow for air, red for fire. The pipes twist and mingle along the walls and ceiling before disappearing into the rest of the facility. Above the statues is a row of square tiles with triangular symbols painted on them. 4 of these tiles have fallen off and lie strewn upon the floor. In the hands of a burnt skeleton, an old, dusty book has been torn to pieces, leaving faded shreds of paper indecipherable and an empty leather cover.
First things first, can I check for secret doors?
Roll me a check for secret doors.
I would like to look for a sentence.
Yeah, I'm also looking for a sentence.
Okay, perception check with advantage from either Parfait or Naeve, whoever's got the best one.
Parfait, make it at advantage.
+6.
That's a 22 for secret doors, by the way.
22 for secret doors. You find one.
Nice.
It's time. So you find
finally time.
there's a panel that's almost completely flush in the wall, and you pry it back to reveal a stash of engineer's notes and 1 vial of oil of slipperiness.
Ooh. Natural 20 on the perception for 26.
Natural 20 on the perception for 26. Not bad.
Well, slipperiness, good stuff.
Can you remind me what you were looking for? Sorry, I got distracted by the oil of slipperiness.
That's fine. The poem line.
The poem line. You can't find it.
Ooh, okay.
Let me open up a map for you.
Ooh.
It's not to say that there's combat, but simply that there's a visual element to this room, and so it's helpful if you can see it.
Oh, it's a shapes puzzle.
It is a shapes puzzle. Do put yourselves down on the map, though. You never know, it might become relevant. And let me determine the dragon effect. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. What have
I
you
rolled a
done,
6. The dragon is the dragon queen.
Ooh.
Each time someone takes an action, reroll for what dragon type is active.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Do I get
So we're
anything
gonna
useful
see
from
all
the
the dragon
engineer's notes, by the way?
Yes, the engineer's notes. Let me get you the information for that. So these are arcane and archaic. They're like 1,000 years old. They're basically barely in common, right? But they mention an experimentation system designed to... You're not 100% sure if it means improve or preserve something. But then there's underneath scribbled notes from clearly an engineer, though. These are definitely it's the workings and wordings of an engineer. He's got that very sort of methodical way of writing about things, but eventually starts to lay accusations that the lord of this dungeon has made a deal with something that he shouldn't have. The engineer suspects it is a demon, for it appears to be unstoppable.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, you can't see any line of text in here. If you would like to have a look around, let me give you a bit more information now that you're all in here. So I mentioned that there are 4 mosaics on the walls. There is a water elemental crashing through a city wall in a huge wave. In the center of the image is a triangle pointing downward. An earth elemental looms over a group of warriors. A triangle pointing downward with a horizontal line through it is carved into its chest. A fire elemental burns through a forest town. In the center of the flames is a triangle pointing upward. An air elemental gusts through a stormy sky. Within the clouds is a triangle pointing upward with a line running horizontally through it. If any of you have ever seen these symbols before, do say, and I'll give you inspiration if you can tell me what they are. Because these are not D&D symbols. These predate D&D.
I have no idea.
These are the Greek alchemical symbols.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
It's like, I think, like, they had sort of like, well, they're kind of like the political compass, aren't they? It's like air and fire to give you something, and water and air's moist. I know that because moist.
Yes, tag yourselves on the political compass of moist versus moist or steamy.
Moist.
Yeah, but no, that's exactly right. It was a combination of elements produced everything. There were 4 basic elements: earth, air, water, and fire. But yeah, I will say though, as you're looking around Parfait, sorry, with your nat 20, there is something else you find. It's not the line. You don't see that. But you notice that there appears to be language scratched into the leather cover of the book that is tattered, that dusty, torn to pieces book. The leather cover itself has something scratched into it. And it is a riddle.
Oh.
4 elements trapped in stone. Their elements ordered to lock their home. Even patterns against all odd. A tile misplaced awakens its god. In proper order, safely seal these 4, or best one of each to open the door.
All right, so finish the pattern, free access to leave, or kill 4 elementals. Is that about right?
Let's not fight elementals if we can avoid it.
I don't envy that. Nick, can you paste the poem in the chat, please?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
did not get it down in time.
Do not worry, I can absolutely do that. In fact, tell you what, I'm going to put it up here, because then it's visible.
Yeah, that works.
Make it a bit bigger.
I think. All right. So,
Okay.
looking at
So we make a mistake, we get a fight.
no.
There's definitely something about even and odd in this, right?
Question: can I have a rehash of which triangle was related to which element?
I think I got it written down.
I can
water elemental.
definitely tell you. Oh, but you go for it. No, you go for it. It's fine.
Water elemental is a blank down pointing triangle. Earth elemental is the downward triangle with the line through it. Fire elemental is the triangle upwards, and air elemental is upwards with a line through it.
What it's worth, I googled a diagram. I've put in chat.
Oh, smart.
I don't know what's going on with the masculine and feminine stuff on the diagram, but
I
got the
couldn't
symbols
tell.
on it at least.
Sounds very Greek.
Yeah. Yes, the
Archaic science.
binary spectrum of genders, I guess.
The feminine urge to be cold and moist.
Oh, no.
Just like the Lady of the Lake, it all adds up.
Okay.
If you need anything
thinking,
repeated, just let me know. Bear in mind, you can also get clues. I have 2 hints here. You know, you can make checks to get clues.
Yeah, and then change the dragon type.
Is anything moving in here?
The pipes have stuff flowing through them. You can see occasionally, in little like sort of glass bits of it in there. You can see that there's like magma going through the fire one and water going through the water one.
Do the elementals themselves, like, are they stirring or are they just like frozen or what?
They're just statues. I don't know what you mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I just realised there's an easy mnemonic to remember the symbols. Like Earth and air are based on the horizon, so there's a line. And with Earth and air is pointing up, Earth is pointing down. And with fire and water, fire is pointing up for higher temperatures, water's pointing down for colder temperatures.
I've always seen it based on gravity, but that works too. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know how I feel about gravity, Nick.
Very, very true.
So the tiles in the thing are arranged as such: fire, earth, water, water, fire, air, water, fire, fire, earth. I don't know if that's relevant to anything. It's what they are so far.
I'm
My
glad you went to
assumption is
this one
that
first,
that's,
because this is going to take ages.
I believe
It's
that's
definitely not the
just a
Konami
logic
code.
pattern, but...
It's not the Konami code.
Air, earth. Okay, maybe it's
I
the
mean,
way they
there's something
interact.
about even patterns against odd, right? That's definitely about numbers, but I don't know how.
Oh, the fire is
would-
repeated after 3 other elements, so it's fire, blank, 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 fire, blank, 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 fire.
Would Haze sort of know anything about... I mean, Haze is an academic sort, so would she potentially know something about what this sort of rhyme or reason there could be here?
Well, if you would like to roll me investigation...
Okay. You know, I have to say, this probably doesn't count as a secret door, does it?
It does not count as a secret door at all.
Oh, wow. 16?
That beats the DC. You note that the words even and odd in the verse on the room's floor, and you believe that they have some significance to the missing tiles. Which is something you were already thinking, but this confirms that they have significance.
Okay.
And if
Also-
anyone wants to make a perception check, you can get the other one. But let me roll for what dragon we're on now. Number 5, the white. Okay. Interesting. Icy walls block off parts of the of the map.
It's alright. Not moving anyway.
No, you're not now. You might be later.
Right.
See, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yep. I
Nothing
see
Can
those
I-
walls all right.
Anybody have any objections if I pick up the tiles over there and look on the back and see if there's a poem written on them?
Don't misplace them. Apparently, it awakens a god.
Yeah, do not place them in row. That is
Yeah,
all.
I wouldn't do that.
There you go.
So
Those are
I'd
all
flip
icy
over
walls.
I thought you drew the lost meme for a second.
Tempting.
But yeah, do I see anything written on the back of the tiles?
Nothing on the back of the tiles, I'm afraid.
There's nothing. If I check the elemental statues, like, look around the back, are there anything on them?
No, nothing behind those as well. If you want to make me a perception check, I can. Actually, I'm not going to give you that second hint. You've already got it. And this one, I feel like you know automatically, like right now.
Was it the fire every 3 tiles?
No, it's which tile corresponds to which elemental.
Oh, right. Okay.
Like, you've got that. You've nailed that.
Yeah.
So we've pretty much solved the puzzle. I think you can just give it to us then, Nick.
I find this pretty impressive. Like, even with both of those hints, I don't think I could have gotten this.
Oh god!
I need to
So
stress
this
I
is
didn't
one that
write
you
this.
made?
No.
Oh god!
Hey,
I'm seeing the pattern in the tiles, and I think I can figure out what comes next.
Okay.
okay.
Okay, explain it.
But
There's
there's
only-
there's obviously a logic to the classic way of viewing the elements. Because that's what the philosophers were all about, was trying to logic their way around things. They just didn't have the scientific method in the way that we do today. But what you've got is 3 elements, and they're combining to make the 4th. So like before, fire would be air, fire, earth, and then you get 2 orders. Fire, air, water, you get 2 fires. So fire, earth, water would give us 2 airs. And what's air? Air is an upward triangle, which means I'm wrong. Ignore me. Carry on as you will.
That's unfortunate. You did a good. You did.
I wasn't really following.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good idea.
Wait, I've just seen why I made this silly mistake. Because it's water, and then 1, 2, 3 different, but it ends on the one that just got duplicated, which means what just got duplicated?
I'm so confused. I'm feeling very Hank right now.
Okay.
Okay. So
it has to be Earth something. Can I move those tiles?
No, they don't move, I'm afraid. Sorry. You can draw if you would like, and I won't consider that a locked-in thing. Use the drawing tools if you want.
Yeah.
But we could argue that because there's 2 water, there's 2 there's 2 waters, so maybe the last 2 are water, because that follows the pattern.
There's only 1 air that is placed. Everything else already has at least 2. Wait. There's one air. There's 2 earths. There's 3 waters and 4 fires. I don't know if that means anything, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's 2. We have 2 waters, right? How do you make water?
I do it all the time.
Something fire, earth.
But the thing there is the elements aren't made from other elements. They're by definition what everything breaks down into. So you cannot make one element from another.
That is true.
Yeah, the Greeks didn't understand radioactive decay.
I know. Skill issue. Ancient Greeks. Get on our level, scrubs.
Hey, does this mean Greece exists in Aetos?
Aetos is the Greek word for eagle, so yeah, probably, honestly.
Yeah, it's one of the most popular plays in the entire realm.
That gives you dry, so why does that give you water? Okay, so that's incorrect.
One of the most popular plays in the realm is actually Landed of York.
Oh no.
Okay, I am reasonably confident that the last 2 tiles have to be water. The other 2 are currently 50-50 for me. But I want to say, because that's how the pattern is repeating. You've got water twice and you've got fire twice, and in between those duplicates, you've got 1, 2, 3. And the 3. No. Fire, air, water, fire.
I just noticed another pattern.
Talking myself in circles.
Go for it, Blue.
I just forgot. Crap. Where's my short attention span?
I know that feeling though.
All right. Okay. The second line. They're elements ordered to lock their home. So the elements are ordered in a certain way to lock.
Wait. See, look. Okay, so. What if it's just mirroring itself?
How do you mean?
Wait, no, I've got nothing. Ignore me.
Oh, smart. Someone's made. Is that you, Blue? You've made little
that's me.
token versions. That's smart.
You can just paste images directly into Owlbear.
Good work. Yeah, that's going to make it much easier. And do feel free to slot those around without me giving you a consequence. Only tell me when you want to confirm them as the choices you make. I don't want to penalize you for having something that just makes it visually easier to plan.
Why is that one giant?
One's giant. What? Oh, we didn't need another one.
I made 2 downs, 1 up.
Enfys made one. Then you can turn them over, right? You can turn them around, so they're not necessarily those way round.
Okay.
Oh yeah, question, Nick. Do we have anything to suggest that these not be rotated to form the opposite element symbol?
Nothing says that.
Okay, so we've got, in that case we've got 3 potential fire or water and 1 potential earth or wind.
Mm-hmm.
I need to check something.
That just makes it more complicated.
It does.
Water.
Did you know that the book recommends throwing a monster encounter at you after approximately 5 minutes of trying to get this puzzle?
Oh,
It seems mean. It seems mean to me.
What, every 5 minutes, or
Yeah.
just one?
Every
Fucking
5
hell.
minutes.
Water.
I did notice if you count the tiles
Opposite.
in groups of 3, there's always like an up and 2 downs, or 2 downs and an up.
Fire, earth.
Wait, maybe
That's
maybe
just
it's something to do
water,
with
fire,
alternating
and
elements. No, that can't. Wait, odds and evens. Something must be alternating.
Yeah.
Is there
Up,
an
down, down, down.
is there an
up,
odd or
down,
even thing
up,
applied
down.
to the elements in Greek alchemy or whatever this is?
Bear in mind,
But I
don't.
believe they're just opposites.
Sorry, the thing about it being Greek alchemical symbols is more just an interesting side
Okay,
note.
right.
Don't read too much into that bit. They are alchemical symbols in the game, in this world. But you have all the information in the clue. You don't need background information about Greek
Okay.
alchemy.
Right.
I thought we'd get through like 2 or 3 rooms. We just spent 3 hours on this one.
I'm glad, because there's that one room that I'm terrified you'll walk into that I have not prepped.
Okay, so let's see. We've got fire, earth, water.
There's nowhere on the statues whereby we see these symbols, right?
There's
No.
murals.
The murals have the symbols.
Okay. There's no kind of indentations anywhere around the statues where a tile might be placed.
No.
Okay, just checking. Yeah.
Even patterns against all odds.
Sorry, I
What does
realise
that mean?
you're missing an important symbol. Oh no. Hang on. You need... No. Drawing tools, please. Oh, I'm doing black on black, that's why.
Lol.
There we go.
Ah,
The classical fifth element, heart. We've all watched Captain Planet, we know how this goes.
Okay, who's
Well,
getting locked
technically-
in the healing cryo chambery thingy and having sex?
I mean, canonically, the
Me.
power part was literally just everything druids can do. So, just saying.
Okay. Fire. Earth. Water, fire, earth. Water. Fire, air, water. Fire. Earth.
Right. Water and earth are solid elements. Air and fire are not.
Hold up. I need to put things into a... Yeah, well, carry on with that thought. Sorry, I'm mumbling to myself. I should mute myself because I'm going to ramble.
Even against all odds.
Yeah, I can't for the life of me figure where the odd and even comes in.
There's only one air.
Yeah.
Water.
Well,
Earth.
wait, did Nick say that they could be inverted?
Yeah, he didn't say they don't necessarily. Then he did say there's nothing to indicate that they can't.
If it went backwards. Because that messes up the...
Even patterns against all odds.
It's an even pattern in this situation.
Well, on the board
Wow.
right now, there's
Apply each of
fires.
them... Okay, hold on. What if I'm going to apply them each a numerical value because I'm like this. To...
Yeah.
currently 4 fire, 1 air, 2 earth, 3 water. If I counted that right.
That's not
On
the
the board.
value I was talking about, for sure.
Sorry.
That's not the value I was talking about.
Sorry.
Feel free to draw on there
That's
if you
okay.
want, if that helps.
3. No, I'm this is probably nothing.
Oops,
Yeah, fair.
I don't know how I did that. Sorry.
2, 3, 1, 1, 4.
Moving
Hold on.
images
that's-
changes their layer.
There was nothing.
Yeah. Hold on, let me move these out of the
no.
way. hold on. Bring it back. Let me lock it down so that it can't be moved. There we go.
Under them instead of on them. Okay. What if we... Okay, that's fire, right? No, that's earth on the end. I can remember what element is what. So what we say... Earth... Earth... Water... No. It's got to be earth, fire, water. Don't ask me why, but that feels better. I want to say fire is next. What is fire? Upwards arrow.
Yeah.
But my suggestion would be that one, and then sort of be... I made it tiny.
Indeed.
Just Control Z.
Control Z. Yeah, there we go.
Wait, yeah, so if you
why do you think fire is next?
Just alternating fire and water.
And then here, which would be earth, and then which would give us 2 water? I think.
Yeah, I think water might go here, just because it's alternating fire, water,
Always.
fire,
Always.
water,
Because
fire.
hold up. Upwards
yeah.
arrow, fire.
It is.
Downwards thing. That's earth. Fire, earth. And
No,
then
because
2
you got
waters.
fire.
The odd numbers go fire, water, fire, water, fire, water.
Yeah.
The even numbers.
But what about the duplicate numbers then? When you've got fire twice and water twice.
Yeah, but the odd tiles.
That would be their own
it
pattern
says-
then. It's
yeah,
2
it says
patterns laid
even
on top of
pattern.
each other.
It
Sorry.
says even passes against odds, so maybe one of them's consistent and the other's influenced by the consistent pattern.
So
If
we'd
that
be
makes
talking
sense.
Okay.
that and that. And then we'd have to figure out which tile goes next. It goes in the even
Exactly.
spaces.
So yeah, if we look at the even numbers, we've got earth, water, air,
Fire.
fire,
Earth.
Earth, water, air.
And then the odds is just fire, water, fire, water, fire, water.
So that.
I'm willing to try it if you are.
I think it's the most coherent answer that we've come up with so far.
yeah. I mean, I think it's literally just left my head now, so
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that
It's an odd
the area
pattern and
of 5
there's an
seconds
even
ago
pattern.
had sound reasoning.
I think you've got it inverted, but I'm willing to try this way first.
So let me say how this is going to work if you're about to slot in tiles. You must pick one tile at a time to slot in. If you get it wrong, the related elemental will come to life and attack you. Okay, so which one do you want to fight first?
Okay, what are we equipped to fight? Does anyone have any elemental damage spells?
Ew.
No.
I am good at stabbing things I do not cast. In fact, Haze is the only full caster here.
And if we think that the next one is water, then we could be up against a water elemental.
Okay, I can do electric damage. Is anything any elementals weak to lightning damage?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe you'll get to the other side of the room from the water elemental before we put it in.
Well, one of you's got to be right by the tiles.
Where are the
which-
tiles?
They are, to be fair, up here, so
Okay.
that is pretty far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we
But
if
more
we
of a problem
all,
when you get
stand by
to,
the
you know,
tiles, water and fire are the least
Earth or air.
dangerous.
Yes, I'll prefer to deal with either water or fire first.
Sorry, my brain is short-circuiting. I'm trying to...
If you guys are standing there, I'm going to be a little bit further I'll be on this side. More walls.
As Naeve just phases through an ice wall.
That's a good shout, actually. The
What's
walls.
the first one? What's the first one you're trying, peeps?
Water. All right,
Okay,
we're doing
so
this.
is it-
Parfait,
is
are
it
you
this
moving?
one?
Are you ready?
Hold on, sorry, I'm just looking over the... Can you what?
Can I ready an action to attack the water elemental if it comes to life?
That's a
No.
good shout, actually.
Ready in action is something you can only do in combat.
Okay.
So, if I'm reading this right, it would be what? Water, fire, air? Yeah. I mean, that makes sense to me.
Water, fire, air. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense to me. So somebody's got to go over there and put the tiles in.
Well, the tiles are at the
Yes,
top
I mean,
anyway, so.
I
No, the
initially did go there, and then everybody followed me, and then everybody backed away with me, and I'm like, make your minds up, people. I don't mind being the one to do it, but
They're
I
like
don't want to be
sheep.
there if you're...
Yeah. I mean, I think this is the most coherent plan we've got so far, so...
Okay.
All right,
So
where does everybody
are we-
want to be if this thing comes alive? Like, do we want to have space between it and us?
I mean, if it does, it'll be the water elemental, so...
Yeah. That's why I've backed into this corner, but... Like,
Yeah.
I suppose Haze probably has the best protection of all of us with her ridiculous armor and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this.
Right,
Nice.
move one tile, please.
So the water one, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We are locked in.
You slide it into place and it makes this loud clunk. And nothing happens.
Oh, fuck. Oh my god, if we work this out.
Now it's the question is, was that luck?
Tile.
I hate this.
Yeah,
Tile
I
the
mean,
second.
We're pretty certain about the even pattern, so...
You slide it in, there's a loud clunk, and nothing happens.
Oh my god.
Okay, now, but hold on.
Yep, let's
Oh,
realign.
Wait,
Just in
fire.
case.
Oh, fire's on the other end anyway, so.
Yeah, fire's on the other
Yep.
corner. We've got some ice walls blocking it, so...
Yeah.
Am I
Now
waking
you
or
have-
am I clunking?
You have
Go
two
for it.
questions. Do you have this oriented the right way up? And do you have the last one oriented the right way up? And do you have them the right way up? 3 questions. I can't add up.
It's alright, Nick doesn't know it anyway, so let's just do it.
Are we ready
Yeah.
for fire?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
think so.
Okay.
In we
You
go.
slide it in and it goes clunk. And nothing happens.
Oh my god.
The real question is this last one the right way around?
Okay, move away from the earth.
The air elemental.
Oh my god. This is so tense.
You slide it in.
Haze is going to back up Naeve.
You slide it in, it goes clunk. And something happens.
The door opens and we leave.
Oh, we
They all
need to-
come to
we
life.
need
The
to-
door
the
behind
answer.
you opens, and a door under the tiles also opens and slides back. Congratulations, you fucking nailed it.
Fucking hell.
Oh,
Good job,
Well
Bree.
done, Bree. That was fantastic.
Bree.
ow.
Yeah, good job.
Nailed
I
it.
don't even remember how I solved it.
It came
I
to you
had
in a
the
dream.
same answer but backwards.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So
I'm so
behind this panel of brass that has just slid open, you see on pedestals 4 gems, each one a different color.
Ooh.
These are all elemental gems. And the fun fact is, if you'd fought any of these elementals, the respective elemental gem would be nothing but glass. But there are 4 fully functioning elemental gems in there because you solved the puzzle without having to fight a single one.
I want to say, historically, I've been known to make the best decisions with water elementals.
I don't get it, but sure.
There was a rough moment while trying to assault a castle in which Enfys as Imp unleashed a water elemental using the water elemental gem and then cast a concentration spell. You have to concentrate on the elemental gem, otherwise the elemental becomes hostile to you. So it was just like, well, now there's another enemy. And this
But they
time
did
it's
that
CR5.
intentionally as well.
I did intend for it to then decide of its own accord. So, I'll keep attacking the things which are no doubt going to be attacking me. It did not go that way.
Yeah. Haze looks at the gems and says, well, thank goodness that ridiculous tiefling won't have their hands on these.
Shotgun Earth.
Behind the gems, engraved in the panel, are the words, "And black waves crash over me."
This is a nice poem. Very poetic.
We're in bonfires, yeah?
You're in bonfires, that's right.
Okay. And black waves crash over me.
But I'm genuinely impressed, because this is one of the most difficult puzzles in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
We all get inspiration.
No, you get to live.
Yeah,
That's the reward.
Almost as good.
And, 4 elemental gems.
Yeah. I would like to claim the yellow one, because I like yellow.
Yellow is the air elemental, so that is... I think it's corundum on the actual item name.
I'll take whatever's left over. Honestly, I'm not picky.
I think Haze will take Earth, just because it's a nice, solid one, and she's all about armor.
Hang
grab that
shotgun
one.
turf.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'll take
Sure,
fire
scissor.
then.
It's a good fontaine element.
Take water
Fair
then.
enough.
No, yellow is earth. Corundum is fire, which is red. Emerald is water, so that'll be green. Blue sapphire is air.
Ah,
Just,
okay.
Water. Interesting.
Strange.
Okay. All right.
Is
Uh,
that
It's chilly in here. Let's head
According
out.
to my
Like,
character sheet anyway.
Yeah, you can hand those out anyway. I mean, you know which elements you want, so just whichever one it is.
yeah, let's
Okay.
get back to the main room.
Okay, just to clear up, who got what element?
I got Earth.
I got.
Earth,
Okay, then you took the yellow one then.
fire?
fire,
I guess I'll take air.
air.
Change
So
my
water.
thought.
Yep. They're all of equal power, so there's no worry about who gets what.
It's just what flavor of popsicle we want.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted a yellow one.
Well, indulge in the yellow snow then.
So
Fine, I'll change it to air now.
you return to the atrium. It is your choice what room you want to go to. I'll let you pick a room, and maybe stab the stab the god wheel again, and then we'll go to a break because it's 9 o'clock.
All right.
I won't bring us back onto the scene for the atrium because we won't need that right now.
All right.
But
What we got left? We got fields, chattel, sky, and something.
As we were leaving, did any of the other dragon effects trigger? Because it was changing each time.
It was
didn't
going to
do an
change
action, did we?
when you do actions, but you didn't.
Oh, when we do actions.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm going to stab it to primordial.
Okay.
I'll help with the check, I guess.
It normally doesn't change every time. It's just I rolled a 6 on the d6
Yeah,
and it's
I
like,
know.
well,
I know. I was just wondering if we got to see another one, but
okay. Yeah, if you want to stab it to primordial, then roll me a dexterity check.
Dean.
That's exactly what you needed.
Yep.
So you stab it into primordial. Interesting.
Anybody else hungry? Put a feast. Might be food, or it might be ironic. A bunch of mimics trying to eat us.
That would be quite hilarious. Yes, we should go to feast.
So you were
Players
all
making
going
plans.
to
Feast.
feast. Wonderful. Well, we won't need a map for this one. I hope.
Oh no.
So you lock it all in. And let me roll for a primordial. Aha! Bria, I can still hear your Duolingo coming through the audio.
Sorry.
The bird is threatening her. She has to keep it at bay.
Yeah, but it's also
Yeah.
messing up the audio, so... Okay. Gravity's tripled in this room. We don't need that. This won't come into play. But well. Right. So you come into this room, and the whole room has been trashed. The clockwork mechanisms that line every wall have been ripped from it, revealing dense and heavy stone behind. A massive pile of rubble and large boulders dominates the center of this room, which is it's about 40 feet by 40 feet. And clockwork cogs are sort of gradually growing around the rock as if it's sort of healing itself. But you can't see anything in here that might have been like removing the cogs. So if it's healing at this rate, it really should be covered in cogs completely, right? And you hear a stone shift underfoot. And Sir Horatio says to you, "Hi there. What on earth's going on here? It's very unlike the others, isn't it?"
Okay, could Haze somehow get an idea of what sort of mechanisms at work here? Sort of mechanically minded as she is.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be an Arcana check, because this is definitely more magical than mechanical.
Okay, oh cool, I'm proficient with Arcana, so this is going to be a +7.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was going to say, it's still well within the Artificer wheelhouse. So,
Come on, dice, be nice. 11.
Oof.
I'm afraid this time you've not seen any kind of self-healing that before. It's unusual. The only sort of real healing magic you know at the moment that works on machines and robots is the mending spell, and this isn't mending. Mending requires the things to already exist. You know there are like creation spells as well, so maybe it's something related to that. Maybe something's being constantly replenished instead of being repaired, and it's sort of recreating itself more so than it is healing.
Yep. Can I try taking... Wait, I've already got some cogs on me. Do they look similar?
If you take out one of those cogs and sort of look at them, yeah, it looks very similar. And then the floor rumbles, and the rocks tumble away, and a hand made of stone reaches out and takes the cog from your hand that you just held up. And pulls it back.
I was looking at that.
And a crack opens up in this large boulder, and it puts the cog straight in the crack, and you hear this crunching sound, and this
Oh, it wants food.
Possession.
a good offering.
It's like my favourite puppet show as a child. Coggy monster.
And the rock sits upright, and it is a humanoid shape made entirely of stone, and it looks at you with confused eyes. And it says, your offering is as good. What do you have for me? I need more.
I offer it the other cog. I think. Wait, how many cogs do I have? It's in my inventory. Oh yeah, I have 3 shiny cogs, so I offer another one.
It takes the cog, puts it in his mouth, and goes, "Mom, mom, 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 mom. This is delightful. You have earned a seat." And he doesn't move the stones. He moves his arms, and the stones part, and a boulder is revealed. Take a seat.
Does this look legit?
Roll me insight. Yeah.
Okay. Will this be how Haze finally dies?
Yeah.
14.
Seems legit.
Okay, I'm gonna take the seat.
You sit down, and the creature gestures at the rest of the party. What treats do you have for me? So Horatio goes, I'm not sure about this. This seems like some sort of monster that we should be killing. I am no monster.
Mr. Sir Horatio, I did not know you was racist.
What on earth are you talking about? It's clearly a look, it's some sort of, I don't know, rock.
He's talking to us. He's
creature.
being very amiable. He just wants
Dragons
sex.
will
Is
talk to you and
is-
be amiable, and then they'll eat you.
Well, this is not a dragon, is it? This is a man-shaped rock. I'm disgusted with you. And I offer the rock person a bag of 1,000 ball bearings.
Okay, he takes the bag and just tips them upside down into his mouth. He goes, this is very good. Very good. You may all take seats. And again, the stones peel away, a tide of them to reveal more chairs.
Ooh, comfy.
You may all sit. All sit. We will have conversation.
Well, I am not so sure that Sir Horatio likes the present company. And then I take a seat.
So,
no,
dash it all. How rude.
Needling him.
And I'll just toss him a ration as an extra offering.
He throws it back at you. No.
All right.
Disgusting.
Doesn't want food. Wants inorganics. Got it.
Oh, good. He won't eat us.
Of course I would not eat you. Why would you think I would eat you?
How do you eat from behind?
Forgive my colleagues. They are an eccentric bunch, yes.
I thank you for the gift of brass. I got a taste of it when I went a-wandering in the Plain of Fire. You know they have a whole city made of it.
A whole city made of fire?
Of brass. They threw me out when I took a bite out of it.
Well, that seems rude.
Yes.
That reminds me.
That's okay. I found my way here. And now the brass finds me. Look. And you see on the wall that more of these cogs are growing back, and it reaches forward with an arm and grabs a handful and hands each of you some cogs, some brass cogs. Look, all the cogs in the world. Put them in your mouth. Eat them for me. And he takes another handful and puts them in his mouth and goes,
You're doing this again, Nick.
It's not even the same creature as last time. It's amazing.
Hank will take a cog and put it in his mouth and bite down.
Okay, roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay, somewhere in the world, an owlin is waking up in a cold sweat, and Tiefling feels an odd matter of kinship for someone she's never met.
Nick, is this a save against poison by any chance?
It's a save against you breaking your fucking teeth.
Okay, Haze would like to slip it inside her helmet because maybe you won't realise she's not actually eating it.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning piercing damage as 2 of your teeth crack.
Oof.
Or slashing is probably more accurate. Sorry, what were you doing, Haze?
Could I just try and slip it into my helmet and hope that he won't actually realise that's not how I'm eating?
Give me a deception check then.
Okay, I'm good at those.
What does the cog taste like, Nick?
It tastes of pennies, of copper pieces. Tastes a little of stone and earth and dust and dirt. So not bad.
I used to eat things like these when I was a kid. I think this is probably a bit too big for my gullet these days, though. But thank you very much.
19.
19, yeah. You have a good appetite on you. Very good, very good. Your metal mouth working very well. Yes. He reaches over to the wall and scrapes off some more cogs. Here, have 5 more for your great greedy stomach.
Thank you. I shall ration these carefully. And she slips them into her bag of holding.
Very smart. Oh. Someone is getting phoned.
It was a spam call too, and it should have been on silent.
Oh, rude of them.
Oh, rude. Yeah.
Yeah. The creature goes, yes, you must ration. You do not know when you will see another cog if you leave this place.
I know a big old walking thing made out of cogs. It's been chasing us.
No, I do not like the walking cog thing.
Neither do I. What's your name, by the way?
My name is Caleb Dor.
Nice to meet you. My name's Parfait.
Oh no,
Tis good to meet you, Parfait.
Oh god, it's eating magic items.
Oh, fuck.
I have a question. We're talking about getting out of place. Would you happen to know any special weird sentences that is in this room or was in this room?
Yes, of course I know the sentences. I've seen all of them. Do not remember very well many of the sentences. There was one in this room before I ate it.
Do you remember that one?
My memory is hazy. He holds out a hand.
Give him an iron. Sorry.
No, say if you've got something in mind, then you know.
I'll just hand him an iron pot.
Oh yeah, he'll take that and he'll eat that and he'll go hum 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 hum. Iron is not as good as brass, but it is still very tasty. Not much iron down here, but a long time. Yes, I remember the words of sunlit arcs across the sky. Gone now, eaten in belly.
What was that? Of sunlit arcs across the sky?
Yep.
I mean, you said you've seen all of them. Would you happen to remember any of the others?
I remember one more, but I will need special price. There is something you could do for Caleb Dur.
All right.
There is a prize cog, most beautiful cog. You will find it in chattel room. Nasty critters took it from me.
Are they in the chattel room?
Yes.
Right.
They are here also. And he points at knives. But this one nice.
I appreciate that you recognize different folks.
A kobold's assumption.
Question about other kobolds. Did they seem to have particular purpose, or
I don't know. They stole cog. I went to get cog. I rolled and squished over 7 of them.
Oh god.
But they would not give me back cog.
You did not hear them talking about any of their business?
I did not listen.
It is understandable.
I was shaken by rage. Want cog! Slams his fist against the ground.
It is
What
most
room did
angry, making.
Are you telling us you became uncognizant?
Hey.
Why must you make light of darkest time for me?
Miss Podrick,
like I
it's a
said,
coping
my
mechanism when I hear tragic stories. You have my sympathy.
Mr. Gale, what room did that sentence you know come from? Just so we know which room we can avoid.
It came from Room of Stars.
Sky?
Hey, hold on. We've already been in stars, and we have that sentence.
Yep.
That was the first one, wasn't it?
Oh,
Almost got you.
Mr. Rockman, would the sentence happen to be hold back dawn's early light?
That is sentence. How did you know it?
Oh, we are very clever.
Yeah.
Well then, deal has deal has been initiated. I have given you sentence. You must now go and get prize cog for me.
Yes, we will do this for you, yes?
It was very nice meeting you, mate. Let's
in subtitles at the bottom, they will not be doing this for him.
Hold on, I'm doing an insight check from Gail Abdur.
Would you like a deception check from me then?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Just give me a deception check. They are reasonably wise, so.
I am reasonably good at deception.
They're a CR6 creature. I hope you don't piss them off.
I have inspiration. I would like to re-roll that.
Can I assist with the deception check? I'm proficient in it.
Ooh. How?
I'm gonna, stand in front of Naeve to make them hard to read.
No, I don't think that's gonna work.
Good attempt, Mr. I'm re-rolling with my initiative.
Okay.
Oof.
Fuck me.
But Mr. Rockman, I gave you a sentence. What are you gonna give me?
Do I have to take that second roll, or can I take the 15?
You have to take the second roll. I have given you food, delicious cogs.
It's true.
Then we're even. We don't have to go get the other one.
No, you promised you would get cog. You will bring me cog.
He is right. We go now, and I'm already making my way to the exit.
All right, roll
we have
initiative.
to go in there anyway.
Roll initiative.
No, look, stop. We have to go in there anyway, so we might as well just get the cog, right? So let's just do it.
I mean, that sounds fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, mate. Like,
idea.
Misunderstanding there. I don't know what this the wee one's up to, but we'll get you the cog, all right?
Good. I hate liars.
We'll go get it.
Sir Horatio goes, quite right. Me too. You know what? I think I had you down wrong earlier on. You and I could be fast friends.
Haze is sweating a bit now.
Let's go get that cog. All right.
I am
It's
giving
lovely meal, mate.
Horatio the most tired, long, withering look.
Haze curtsies and hastens out of the room.
Okay. You've met the Gael Abdur. Fun little fact about the Gael Abdurs, they're basically Gorons from Legend of Zelda. They are made of rocks and they roll everywhere and they will roll over you and kill you.
Na 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 Casamari.
So you've met the wise man of stone. Where now?
I think maybe Shadow, yes?
Yeah, we got a cog to get.
Okay.
Yes.
All of these, of course.
But not
all these rooms.
not for man. No, not for Mr. Stone Man.
Hank will look at Sir Horatio and be like, well, we got to do the honourable thing, right?
Oh, yes. Well, we don't have to do it right away. We can do it in any order, I suppose, you know.
Yes, okay, maybe I was wrong about you, Mr. Horatio.
Well, I mean, he's surrounded by food. He can wait 25 minutes or 30 minutes or something, right?
Or,
Yeah,
3 weeks.
All right.
Now, I want to point something out. The chattel room, crops for harvest. I think
kobolds in it.
Yep.
That's all we know so far.
I'm directly telling this to your character. Be prepared.
Look.
Naeve, how are your people for agriculture?
DM, how are kobolds for agriculture?
I don't know. How are kobolds for agriculture? There's probably some.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that would be setting specific.
There's probably a few who have, taken to a sort of more settled lifestyle instead of hunter-gatherer lifestyle. Yeah, probably a few kobold-like cities in places.
It is not unheard of.
I was more thinking that this room might be set up to just, harvest kobolds for meat.
I heard a rumor that somebody in Airedale does that. I am not so sure, though.
He shoots Hank a look.
Yeah.
So
are we locking into chattel?
Well, I mean, what else have we got? We got fields, we got sky, and chaff. Was it?
Yeah. You have fields and chattel from spring, sky from summer, and chaff from autumn.
Should mark off feast.
I think we need to finish all the ones from our current little season wheel, and then switch it over.
All right. What season are we in at the moment?
Autumn,
season was
which is chaff, bonfires, and feast.
All right.
So
chaff?
might as well do chaff then. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you trying to set the god wheel onto anything particular?
Can I just leave it on for primordial by jamming a fresh pigeon into
Yeah, it will take another dexterity check.
Helping,
sure.
of course.
Okay.
Oh, wait, dragon. Plus...
No, you're dragon. You good?
D20.
On to primordials. Oh, that is going to deeply change this encounter. Okay.
Oh dear.
I'm so excited.
Interesting.
The door
That doesn't
opens.
sound like a good thing.
And the first
This
thing you
TPK
notice,
brought to you by
the
knives.
floor is missing. Instead, there is an endless pit of open blue sky extending above and below.
I thought we went into chaff. Where is this sky?
Hey, let me get you a map because this has a map behind it.
Oh, we still haven't found the room that Nick hasn't prepped then.
This is going to be extra weird because there's no floor.
Oh my god. Okay, interesting.
So
So
you
it
find
says-
yourselves on the left. What previously was electrified floor, I guess, is just now gone. Okay, that's what I'm going to say is the floor is gone.
So it's not that the floor is invisible, it's just that it's like not
gone.
there.
The ceiling's gone as well and not there.
Is there
Think of this
Or
as
is
now
now
being
not.
like a... It's a floating fortress now.
So-
What about that track? Is that track still there?
The track is still there. It is not supported by anything, but it's still there.
I'm gonna
let-
toss a copper in and see what happens.
It just falls and falls and falls. Let me get you some information about this room before we get started. First of all, I want everyone to roll initiative while we're doing this because things happen at certain times. It's not a combat, but things happen at certain times. So, while you're watching, these blades occasionally turn on and spin for approximately 6 seconds and then turn off. They seem to be doing that at random. There is a gust of wind blowing to the center where this massive leaf pile is. Constantly blowing. At the same time, on this track, 2 mine carts are whizzing around. Let me put down a token for that.
Does the track look electrified?
No.
Okay.
That's something you do not have to worry about anymore.
Okay. So the track is suspended by nothing. It's supporting the weight of a very heavy minecart.
2. They are moving
very
along the
high.
tracks at high speed. They move 50 feet every round. They have on top of them this massive air cannon that they are using. Well, you get the feeling that its intent was to suck up these leaves and to deposit them in various pipes. But instead, it seems to have gone amok and is instead blasting out a burst of air at everything as it's going around.
Right.
Oh, it's like that classic playground game. Fortress teams.
The only way out is through, though. So yeah, sort yourselves out on initiative. Very good. Oh, we need Sir Horatio.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Anyone reckon they can knock over one of those minecarts?
And I'll quickly roll initiative for him as well.
Hefts her
Terrible, as usual.
arm cannon.
Okay. Good news. I can outpace on my card easily.
I can't.
I can if I dash. Is it 50
Well, I
feet
guess-
around?
I guess if we dash.
Yeah, I effectively have 2 dashes, so I can just... New.
Okay, maybe we should double check though to check the track isn't electrified if we try standing on it.
I believe it was confirmed that it's not.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
sorry.
It's okay. It's good
That's
to be
alright.
sure.
Yep.
Got them all around.
Should you check for secret doors?
Yes.
Roll me a check for
Difficult to
secret
do
doors.
when there's no floor.
Just so you know, this bit is still floor in here.
Yes.
Okay.
So the stone
So
is
the-
just the bit that was previously electrified is no longer there.
16.
16. You don't see anything.
Hmm.
Okay. Top of the round, the blades.
It's wonderful to see some well-lit blades for once.
Hey.
Amazing, I've just rolled 3 6s in one go with a d6. Right.
Oh no.
Wow.
One.
I'd rather see what 360 does now before we're in amongst them, to be fair.
These blades suddenly activate. So they are spinning right now.
Okay.
That's their turn. Parfait, over to you.
I'm thinking. So we just got 4 elementals that have to do whatever we say. We don't have to do this ourselves.
I mean, sure, but this sort of
but-
looks like the exit door is on the other side of this room.
True.
We also, I don't think anybody here speak primordial language. We still need to find sentence.
This is true. Do I see a sentence anywhere?
Romeo perception check.
Perception. 17, same as initiative.
17. There's maybe something written over here, but you can't see it from the angle you're at.
Yeah, it looks like there's something over there near the end of the blade traps, but okay. So none of these over here are active.
None of those are
Can
active.
we reach? Yeah, can we reach the top of the sidewalls? Are they? Oh, of course we
those-
can. There's no ceiling anymore.
Those go up to the ceiling, but as there's no ceiling, you can now try and go up to them, yeah. Previously,
high
that
are
would have
they?
been a big problem. They are about 20 feet up.
Misty step.
Yeah. Misty step up to there. Very good. Very good. This is how
Got
you
some
do it.
rope.
You got to change the conditions of the test.
Yeah, and Misty step's a bonus action. Could I don't know, fire a rope arrow?
Do you have rope arrows?
Oh, I have arrows and rope.
Do you have like a
And
grappling hook?
Oh wait, do I? I know I have it on some character. Probably.
If you have a
not this
grappling
one.
hook, that would definitely do it. You can try with a rope arrow.
No,
but it
I'm
would
Just
be
sorry.
throw a rope
much
to us,
harder.
can't you?
You could also try throwing a rope, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just throw the rope.
Okay, that's what, 5, 10, 15 feet at most. That's an
wait.
easy throw. That's not going to require a check, I don't think.
Is there anything I can tie it off to?
I mean, there's these sort of dead bush chunks, I guess. You could try that. Or you could tie it to one of the blades and have a laugh if it ever activates.
Yeah.
Just a giggle.
You know, up to you.
Alright. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna have Misty stepped as far in as I can get. So yeah, that's about as far as I can go. If I don't see anything I can tie it off to, I don't really think some dead trees that are liable to get cut at any moment by spinning blades will prove to be a suitable rope foothold.
Maybe not.
So yeah, no, I'm just gonna just keep going. 5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 20, 25, 30. I could action dash, but my jump distance is horrible without rabbit hop. So, can I see the message from here since I know where it is?
You can see it. It's hard to see because it's engraved. So because you're at an angle, engraved text is really hard to read. But you can sort of see it. If you give me a perception check, if you beat a DC of 20, I'll say you can read it from there.
All right, I just have to roll a 14 or higher. 10.
Oh, bad luck. But maybe next round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's my turn.
Okay, we go to Naeve.
Okay, those cards move 50 feet around, you said.
Yep, 50 feet.
In that case,
I'm gonna change
just
the
gonna hop on the
colour.
track. So 5. Can I just jump over to the track easily, or is that a check?
What is your jumping distance? What's your strength modifier?
8 feet, I believe. Or what? Let me check. Because jumping distance is not the modifier; it's the score.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
your
Long jump
strength
is strength score, but it's divided by 2 if you haven't moved 10 feet just before doing it.
I mean, I can move 10 feet. That's not a problem.
Okay, I mean
8 feet is my total thing.
Alright, 10. That looks to be 7.5 feet over. So yeah, you can make it. Yeah.
Hooray! Okay,
Absolutely.
So that's what, 20 foot?
Yeah, that would be
This
20
is
feet
gonna
of movement
change.
it costs you to get over.
Yeah, awesome. So
Sorry.
10 more.
Which way are the carts moving?
gonna be my next
They are
question.
moving that way.
Clockwise.
Yeah, I was absolutely going to
Awesome
fuck you up
sauce.
with the first one.
But yeah, okay, so 5, 10, because that's the end of my 30. Dash gives me 5. Where's the snap to? So 10? 15? I'm going to call that 15. And now I've got 45 left with my cunning action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I'll just measure rather than count it. That's why I get to there.
Nice. This is a room that was definitely made for rogues
Teleporting rabbits.
and teleporting rabbits. Yeah,
Can I see the message there, or do I need to get closer?
you can make me a perception check as well,
Awesome.
as it's sort of written there.
That's a... I'm not going to make that. Do I even have line of sight to that? God damn.
Not
I think
really.
DC 20, so.
I mean, I'll let you try it at a DC 20. I'll let you try it.
Sure, okay. That's more generous than I would have been. Perceptions +3, right? Not good odds.
I know that the difficulty in this room is not in reading the thing, it's in getting out.
Yes.
And everyone out. Oh, bad luck. Hank, over to you.
All right. Hank is not fast.
No, Hank is a problem here. I am going to be looking for a way to turn it off, by the way. That's not a this round thing.
All right. I think what Hank is going to do is he's going to stand to the side so that Haze can get through when it's her go. Can I ready an action to jump onto the cart as it's going past?
Yes, you can. I'll warn you that I will take a raw dexterity check to do your timing. But otherwise, I think, you've got the strength to jump it.
All right, that's what
I
I'm
will
gonna
say
do
if you
then.
fail the dexterity check, you'll land before it, not after it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's a really cool idea, yeah. Okay, we go to Haze.
Okay, so obviously I don't want to do this while Hank's on a cart, but I had an idea.
Okay.
So what if I, 1, dropped a minus pick on the track, and 2, cast grease on the track, so the carts, when they hit the grease, either, well, we have to assume the lubrication or it caused them to accelerate, and then they'll hit the pick, derail, no longer a problem.
Yeah, but
It's
you
a
gotta
really
think.
interesting idea.
Is there
Or I
room
could
in
just
the
use grease on the
minecart?
track so they don't have traction, can't actually move. That might be simpler.
I mean, if you do that before Hank would get to the point of jumping onto it, then he will not jump onto it.
It would be very funny to me if the words here said, check one of the minecarts, and you've just dropped one of them in an infinite pit.
Like one of those troll images.
I'll catch it.
What's the plan, Haze?
Maybe we should check those words.
Yeah.
Okay.
DM guys.
Well, my completely. Okay. What I'd like to do then is, can I tell if there's any way I can sort of maybe disable those blades?
From here, maybe if you jam something into them, that might work. If you get closer, you'll be able to make a check, I think. But from here, you're just sort of going to be going on surface ideas.
Okay. Okay. I've got a plan. This is complicated. I don't think anyone's thought of it before. Misty step.
Okay. Mark down inspiration. Okay, you're over there. You're a little closer now. If you would like to make a check, you can. You can use your action to have a look at these. I would take.
What do you want me to roll?
I would take either intelligence with Tinker's tools, or possibly intelligence with Smith's tools for this. This is very much to understand a sort of mechanical thing.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm proficient with Tinker's tools, so intelligence plus proficiency is +7.
Shoot.
11.
You did just get inspiration.
Yeah, you did just get inspiration. That's better. That's way better. Okay, 22. With a 22, there must be a control mechanism somewhere. Perhaps there's a hidden door behind which there's some control mechanism. If only you could find it.
Okay, now that I've considered there's a hidden door, will I be able to make another check for a hidden door?
On your turn next time,
Obviously
yes.
not, yeah. Obviously.
But, yeah, you've got new evidence, which would mean, yeah, you can do another check.
Okay.
You're also right next to the
Siphon.
cart. Look into it, see if there's writing.
Oh, yeah. Can I see into the cart?
The cart is enclosed, so it's almost like a massive container with some sort of suction gun on the top. Although the gun appears to be malfunctioning and is on blow instead of suck.
I can't believe these carts are on cocaine.
Anyway, that being the end of your turn,
Yes.
we go to the carts. So position-wise, the first one is going to make an attack against you, Haze.
Oh no.
As it points the blowgun directly at you. That is a 24 to hit.
Oh no.
Oh no, I'm going to take cocaine
Feet
damage.
Boop.
So,
Welcome to blade
Oh,
time.
hello.
You land among the blades, but you're going to take 2d6 bludgeoning because that's a 20-foot fall.
Whoa.
Ouch.
7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are prone amongst the blades.
Oh no.
Reaction featherfall.
Reaction featherfall. Very good.
Oh, wait, actually. Yeah, but I've got a ring of featherfall, I believe.
I mean, if you do
nice.
that, you won't take any things, and you won't land prone. You're fine.
That's not even a reaction. It's a ring.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just,
it's
you just have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Wait, when
Okay.
did I pick that up?
I'm sure some of us have
think
given it out.
There was a ring of featherfall on Dragon Hunt.
20,
Oh, yeah.
25, 40, 45, 50.
Okay.
5,
Can I do my jump?
20, 25. Yes, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Please, we'll put it there. Please give me a dexterity check to time it.
Okay, here we go. Raw dex check.
Oh! Nailed it! You are directly on the cart. Hang on, I'm just going to move it back to where it was, and then you swing round with it. Yeah,
Wow.
very nice. It's done its shot as well, so it can't attack you.
Just hanging on to
This
the cannon.
Yeah. No, fantastic. And now it's Horatio. He goes, all right. Let's give it a go. Yay! what's his jump distance? It's huge, isn't it? Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's got mad strength. He's fine.
He's over there. And he goes, I say, you there, Haze. This is hardly a safe place to be. Here. And he's going to grapple you and pull you back here.
Ah. Thank you, Horatio.
On the track with the carts is a safe place to be.
Currently, yes.
Yeah, this is not a cart for like 100 feet. It's fine.
That thing is far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're currently that's the safe place.
This reminds me of a story of a man who tried to kill one of his eldest children with a device, a cutting device that was originally designed for cooling. The story of the Dyson blade.
Sounds positively dreary. Never tell me any other stories ever again. Right. The blades.
Meanwhile, Hank is disappearing around the corners, just kind of waves.
Okay. This one is now
He
active.
shoots him a little salute.
Those two are not active. Those two remain active. And this one is now active. Over to Parfait.
All right. Parfait, with his boots of striding and springing, should have no problem making this jump.
No, indeed. I mean, your jump distance is tripled with those, isn't it?
Yep.
What's your strength score?
8.
Okay, so you can do 8 times 3, 24. It's 20-foot jump. Yeah, you're fine. You're over there.
Okay.
24-foot jump. That is mad. Oops, sorry, I accidentally said it to Naeves. There we go.
And,
okay, you're over there.
cool.
Now there you can read it. You can read it fine. And
Yeah.
there's no check needed.
But I want a chance of failure. No,
Go for it. If you want a chance to fail,
No.
go for it. I won't stop you. You can see that the words are, now I see the golden rays.
Got the poem. Can I look for that potential hidden door to turn off the blades?
Yeah, make me a perception check.
But it's in the pile of leaves.
I mean, that would be an idea.
It's a bit obviously too obvious. But
Natural 20, 26.
Natural 20. There's something under them leaves. Something under them leaves.
It's alright, Knives just there.
There's something under the leaves, everyone.
Yeah.
We will find.
Someone
Very
under
good at
there.
finding.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, gotta be worried about right there. Next turn.
Okay.
And right there. So both points of the walls. Okay.
Over to Naeve.
Okay. Question.
Mhm.
Climbing something, is it an action to do or just movement?
Just moving. It's difficult terrain if you've not got a climbing speed. In this case, because what you're climbing has not really got much in the way of handholds, like we're talking like brass plated walls.
In terms of the climbing, what I'm thinking of maybe climbing is this. The
Okay,
wooden
there's some
branches.
handholds there. It's going to be difficult terrain, of course, but I think that's much more reasonable. I don't think that's going to be a check because you're climbing old dead wood. That's easier to do.
Yeah. Okay. Just wanted that cleared up before I initiated my plan, which is to go to this pile of leaves
And frolic.
Basically, yeah, I'm looking for whatever might be in there, and I just want to have it.
Okay, can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh
no.
no!
Start touching these leaves. A chemical in the leaves leaches into your skin.
Oh no.
oh,
These are psychoactive leaves of some kind, probably used for medicinal purposes.
do you run on cocaine?
I'm on mushrooms.
Oh, okay. Here's the things that happen. You gain...
Again. Come on,
You
Nick,
gain
use your
5
word.
points of abhorrence.
Oh no.
Oh, shit.
And you remove
Okay,
1 point of exhaustion.
I don't have exhaustion.
For the next hour, you have 10 temporary hit points.
Okay.
I'll take the hit points. I'm suddenly gonna need them.
I have 2 questions. One, how old is Naeve? Naeve?
Oh, no.
I hadn't settled on like a specific age. I was just
I don't
thinking,
need an
like, sort
exact number. Just sort of general.
Sort of middling adult, so like think the kobold equivalent of like late 20s.
Okay, late 20s. Can you
30s,
please roll me
maybe?
2d10?
Oh my god.
2d10.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. This is keeping someone alive. Knives is about to be a fucking baby.
You are 9 years younger now.
Oh my god.
So let's just say you're in your late teens. You're like 19 years old. Let's say that. That's going to be easiest.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it.
Um,
I'm gonna update my sheet.
Yeah, and Parfait, you have deduced it quite right. These herbs are keeping someone alive. They are there to prolong life and to rejuvenate. And yeah.
Horatio, come jump into these leaves.
What? Jump in the leaves? We don't have time. This is an adventure.
Do not give the ridiculous Malaborans.
I
I don't know what a Lawrence does. Sorry.
Oh, you'll find out.
Oh, you'll find out.
My wisdom score, not good. Did I roll the search for the item or whatever is in the leaves already, or
You
do I need to
immediately
still
did
do
the
that?
con save.
You immediately did the con save, so now I'll need the search. So you know what that means, first of all. A wisdom saving throw against Abarance's effects.
Yes.
With a 5 penalty.
Plus 1. Wow. Okay, so minus.
Well,
4.
as in the DC's gone 5 up. Let's just say it's
right,
easier
okay.
that way. So the DC is 10 plus 5, so 15. A natural 1. Okay. Give me a
I
D10.
don't have inspiration.
Let's see what happens to you in this pile of leaves. By the way, every turn you're in these leaves, you're potentially going to continue de-aging. You become frightened by all creatures around you. You must spend your action dashing as far away from any creatures as you can.
Good news. Does this count as me already using my action because I was going to do the thing, or does that immediately override what I was going to do?
I'm going to say that this counts as you already using your action, but you will have to use your remaining movement to get away from Parfait, particularly, as the closest person.
Yes, because he's the closest, so I'm just going to move.
But you can still do your wisdom perception check to search. That's still fine.
As far as Knives knows, I'm just a killer rabbit from Monty Python.
Yeah. It was just like you're searching, and then you look up and you see Parfait, and Parfait's got a knife. Parfait's looking at you like, holy shit, Parfait's about to stab you, and you start to get this panic, and yeah, you got to get out of there.
I mean, he has suggested it before.
Okay, I don't find it. That's fine.
Oh, bad luck.
Okay, I need to move away from Parfait. Am I prevented from moving towards anybody else in my line of sight?
It's not prevention. You've just got to get as far away from people as best you can. So, in this case, it would be like equidistant from them. I mean, you don't have to run into the blades. You're not that mad. You know, you can avoid the blades, but you've just got to move out of the way.
I might. That's 70 foot, so what? 35, 35. That one's not active.
That one isn't. Yeah, if you can get to it. Are you going to like wall run?
Actually. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, but
you
also
Prince of
that
Persia-ing
also
this.
works.
Yes.
So what I'm actually gonna do is the boring option, because Knives has been a professional in sticky situations and knows not to do tremendously stupid things.
I will say, for Ben's information, the effect counts as poison.
And
Okay.
Because dwarves have advantage on those.
Yeah, I was thinking.
bonus action. Dash.
Okay, bonus action dash. Yep.
Because I gotta move away.
Okay.
I gotta get away to live.
I need an athletics check to get up this wall if you're trying to climb it.
I'm not trying to climb it. I'm trying to go around it.
Oh, going around. Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
I was doing the
running
measurement to
track.
know where the equidistant point is, because otherwise,
Yeah.
not that I can see Haze from here.
Because you failed the save, you do not reduce your points of abhorrence, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Does it increase?
It doesn't increase.
A long time.
Okay.
We go to Hank. Hank, you're
You're
on a very fast-moving, looping roller coaster right now.
Yeah, he's having a whirl.
Everybody just hears a.
Well, and you might hear that if you hear it over the sound of Hank going whee.
You're just loving it. You're like, yeah.
So what Hank's going to do while he's hanging onto this cannon is
red
he's gonna,
shifting as you go past.
like,
yeah.
he's looking at the cannon. He's checking around, seeing if there's like a button or a switch or something.
Oh right, yeah. Give me this would be perception. Give me perception. But if you've got Tinker's tools or anything like that, you can use that as a proficiency instead.
He's a barbarian. He doesn't have anything.
Barbarians do have some tool proficiencies.
He's got Mason's tool proficiency.
Oh, that makes sense.
He does, however, have Freelin's Eyes of the Eagle, which give advantage on perception checks that rely on sight.
There you go. Yeah.
So I shall do that. What is my perception? +2. Okay.
This is going as perfectly as I could have imagined
18.
it. 18. Okay. Yeah, you absolutely find this. It's kind of hidden under the gun, essentially. This trigger that you think if you pull out, that'll activate the burst of air.
Okay. So would it, if I does it turn it off? Does it turn it back to being suck rather than blow, or?
It triggers it like a gun, causing it to blow air.
Oh, okay.
And burn its attack for this turn.
Potentially.
Does that count as doing my action? Fine.
Yes.
Yeah, doing that check.
Yes, it does, I'm afraid. You were sort of getting down in there looking at it properly, which is not an easy thing to do on a rapidly moving minecart. So yeah, that's full action.
Okay. What else can I do? I think that's it.
You're safe where you are. Yeah, you've got a turret. You've got a tank at the moment.
Yeah, am I able to position myself somewhere on this where it's not going to be able to like fire at me?
Yes, it can't fire at you while you're on there. I will say that.
Okay, cool.
No matter what, you don't have to worry about that. We go to Haze.
Okay. So, first question. Would I have presumably I'd have heard Naeve just screaming and running, and I'd hear Hank going, whee!
Yes, you can hear both of those. Also, Naeve's voice got slightly higher.
Okay.
Just slightly, only a little bit, but it was higher. Maybe that's fear. Who knows?
Okay. Presumably Parfait shouted out that there was something in the leaves.
Yeah, Parfait would have shouted that out. Yeah.
I was immediately before the screens.
Okay. There might be something concerning about these leaves. Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15. Okay, I can't get the leaves in one turn without using all my action to sprint. Dash, rather.
Just go through the blades. I don't know what you're worried about. It's fine.
Well, to be fair, I'm more worried about the minecart blasting me into the leaves and all the blades, so...
That is a bigger worry, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like an action to actually do something about the leaves, basically.
I have a plan for the leaves, but...
Okay.
That sounds threatening.
Gonna eat them all.
No.
Yeah, I kind of like to shove at least shove some of the leaves in a sample jar or something. Before we destroy them.
Might be smart. So what's happening?
Okay, I've got a question. Is it possible to jump over the blades?
Yeah, I think that's fine. I'd need an acrobatics check, I think. No, an athletics check, sorry. Jumping is athletics.
Normally, yes.
Because this is a dangerous jump, it's not going to be an automatic success.
Hey, do I have the movement though? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hey, so what I'd like to do then, I'd like to use my... Yeah... Do I want to try and investigate instead? Because we know the switch is there's a switch or something underneath the leaves. So
there's something under
pointless.
And you got loads of time until the minecart comes round again, so you're going to be safe from that.
It's true.
Okay, you know what? If I move here, would I have a clean enough line of sight to just sort of see?
What, directly at the leaves?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the leaves. You won't be able to make, like, a perception check on anything under the leaves from that distance, because that's far away. There's a spinning blade of death in between, and there's a load of leaves on top of it. But if you want to identify the leaves, maybe, with, like, a nature check, maybe you can manage something. It'd be very hard from this distance, I will say that. Like, imagine trying to identify a leaf from 60 feet away. But it might happen. If you were an eagle totem barbarian, then you could do it. Because they can see anything up to 200 feet away as if it's right in front of them.
Oh, I probably could have done that with my eagle eyes.
It's actually a little bit different. The barbarian totem is more powerful, but I think the eagle eyes are pretty good though still. I think there's still a bonus like that, but I don't know if it's as good as the barbarian subclass.
Okay, you know what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Haze is going to hop on here, run past these blades.
Okay, can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please? No, strength saving throw, sorry. A gust of wind blows at you.
Oh dear.
The
strength saving throw, you say?
There's a gust of wind blowing there and there. And yeah, you've entered it. Yeah, strength saving throw.
Oh.
Okay,
yeah, that makes sense.
On something.
Wind is blowing the leaves from the trees to the center, which is then supposed to be collected by the minecarts.
Okay, question. Okay, so I guess I'm going. Oh, okay. So the rules on place of magical strength doesn't actually limit how often I can spend it. So I'm going to spend that to use add my intelligence modifier to this roll.
Nice.
Okay, so that's good. Well, that's going to be rolling with my intelligence modifier, not my intelligence save, which would be a lot better. It does cost a charge,
and to do that, you have 6 charges.
Yeah. To be fair, I've got quite a few charges.
Yeah.
What a mucker.
Well, I'm afraid actually you are knocked prone approximately there.
Oh no.
I would like to spend a charge not to be knocked prone.
Oh, because the armor of magical strength stops you being knocked prone. Well, in that case, okay.
I can spend a charge to add my intelligence modifier.
You can keep going then. Yeah, you can keep going. It does cost you those 2 charges because you did try to make the roll first. But yeah, you make it through. Thanks to this sort of the interlocking plates of armor are sort of like locking the joints or something. I'm guessing, or something like that to keep you in place or gripping you to the ground.
Sort of like an exoskeleton sort of thing going on, so it does actually enhance strength.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay, and you want to jump this thing? I will need an athletics check, please.
Yeah, guess what I'm spending?
Another point from the... I mean, you may as well. This is what it's for. You know?
Yeah. In for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah, just don't roll another 1.
Okay, so this is going to be athletics. 16.
You made it. Straight across. Nicely done. Boop. Oh, sorry. I think we both tried to move Haze at the same time. That's my bad. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You make it across.
Would I need to spend would I need an action to make this nature check, or?
Did you need to dash to get over there or anything?
Yes, I did.
Then yeah, you would need to spend an action to make the check.
Okay.
Because you're identifying this leaf is going to require like a deep investigation of it, because otherwise it just looks like leaves, right? Like you're not a druid, you're not going to have any like deep intrinsic knowledge of this. You're going to have to get the alchemical kit out and start to get its like its effects and that sort of thing.
That's fair.
But I'll take that as an action on your next turn for sure. We go to the carts. Hank, you're coming along for the ride. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. The gun is trying to point at Haze and Parfait, but it can't. You're in control of it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Now this is more funny. Let's roll an attack against Haze, who's right in front of those blades. That is a 17 versus your armor class, which it always will be. I'm too used to 4E. It doesn't hit. You're good. So that blast of air hits you, but the armor of magical strength just stops it from knocking you back at all. You're fine. We go to Sir Horatio. Sir Horatio is just gonna run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, like that. He's out of breath, he's huffing, he's puffing, he's like, I say, shut these things down, will you?
No way, this is great.
Over to the blades. Which ones are going to be active this time? Okay, that one. And wow, okay. That one. That one.
Ooh.
And then that one. And lastly, oh wow. That and that. A lot of very low rolls.
He just sort of looks and turns to where she was like 3 seconds ago.
Yeah. You just because all these turns happen like instantaneously. You've literally run through them as they're turning on right behind you and jumped over it. Very cool. Very cool. Parfait, over to you.
Yeah, the leaves, they I think the kobold's high as shit right now, and they've made him like 10 years younger.
The dull red scales, which they've been maturing into, have returned to being a vibrant red.
Don't touch the leaves. But there's something under there. And I will... Would the carts be able to make an attack while they're moving?
Yes, they have actually been doing that while moving.
Okay. That's right. It's all. It is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, and I hope I don't mess this up, throw Haze my big metal umbrella.
Okay, that sounds good. I don't need a check for that, I don't think. You know, you're tossing an item. It's not going that far. You've got the high ground. I think you can just toss that over. That's okay.
Yeah. It's a big metal umbrella. You could easily scoop the leaves out of the way with it.
Yep. Huh. That sounds good. Anything else, Parfait? I can count that as your item interaction if you want to do anything else.
Yeah. So I'm going to just keep going.
Yep. That sounds
15,
good.
20, 25, 30. Would I be able to striding and springing dash jump or something? To the stairs?
Do the boots let you do that?
Well, then they just triple my jump distance. But I'm running, so...
Or if you take the dash action, you can jump that way. That seems fine. You will fall 20 feet, which will be, some bludgeoning damage.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
Compared to all the damage in the rest of the room, doesn't seem too bad.
No, it
So your choice. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, the other thing happened at the start of this round because we were at the start of round 2.
The other thing.
Oh, the
GM shows up.
thing. No, that was the empty floor.
Oh no.
It's the quarret.
Oh no.
Yep, it is inevitable. Welcome in the quarret. It doesn't go yet though, so you're good.
Well, the good news is he can't actually get to us yet because he can only move 5 feet, so he just walk into the void.
Oh my god!
Heat
Does
jump.
it fall forever?
There.
And Nick, can the quarry jump?
Kind of run around that way. Okay.
I refuse to answer that question. You're just going to have to find out.
The quarry can
Please
do
just let it
anything,
fall
can't
into
it?
the void.
All right.
Anyway, Parfait, do you want to do that jump?
I don't see any other way down because I think a gust of wind would blow me into some active blades if I tried to jump down into this one spot.
Yeah, like 3 of them. It would be pretty rough.
So I'm gonna try the jump and take the fall damage.
Okay, you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. But you're at the ending door. You know, if everyone else can get there, you can all leave. It is closed for now, though. Naeve, over to you. Can you please roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Yes, I can give you a wisdom saving throw. I would like this to be the least of my problems. It is not the least of my problems.
Can you give me a D10 as the abhorrence kicks in again? Ooh, 3.
Okay.
You are blinded by visions of a dark majesty too beautiful to comprehend.
It's so beautiful.
You are able to move wherever you would like, but you are blinded, and let me remind you, there is no floor. Every step is dangerous right now. So that's fun.
Okay. So plan A, right? Plan A, because I had a plan, was to run. Using all of my actions and movement speed this way, because that's 30 feet. That's another 30 feet. And this is another 30 feet. How does being blind affect that plan?
I'm going to say you can do it. I'm going to need a raw intelligence check for you to have... Wait, spatial awareness would probably be wisdom. A raw wisdom check for you to not run straight off the edge.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to do that. I just wanted to know
if you that's if you want to use dashing. If you want to go at your normal speed, what I would let you do is...
That would have taken 2 dashes, Nick.
Okay, because I was going to say, if you're trying to sprint 90 feet while blind, that's going to be an issue. But if you want to like feel out the ground, you can probably do that while moving, and that's okay. But you can't dash while doing that.
Okay. Plan B is to turn around and go the other way at half speed, but still using like all of my movement and dash and bonus action dash.
Okay. I think you can try doing that. So first of all, you get up to there.
Judging where this card is by sound and jumping over it.
Yeah, because this thing is moving actively.
Yes.
Like it's not stopped right now. All right, this sounds amazing. So judging that is going to be a wisdom check.
Okay, hold up.
It's perception. You can add perception to it.
15, 30, 45. I just want to know how far I'm getting if I succeed at this. There, that's where I get. Right.
I will say the jump is going to be fine. Your strength score is... Ooh. I'll take an acrobatics check. It's not going to be automatic. I'm going to take an acrobatics check for the jump as well.
Wisdom first.
Wisdom to time it, yeah. Just because your strength score is 8. I'm going to take this as a backflip over it.
Nice. 17.
Yes! That's enough.
Nice.
So...
Acrobatic.
It's coming for you. You run over to it. Yeah, let's get acrobatics. Come on. Do it. I need to see you do this without being able to see. Backflip. No.
Also, second thing.
You don't have inspiration or anything, right?
I do not know. I just rolled 2 shacks. Are either of those triggering my abhorrence?
No. So the check thing, it is only the check thing only actually applies outside of initiative. I forgot. With the abhorrence, it just applies when you get it. So timing wise, it didn't matter last turn. It applies when you get it and start of your turn if you're in initiative. If you're out of initiative, it's just when you make a check. So you are okay. You don't have to roll extra.
Okay, I get 25 feet forward, and then
splat.
Oh God!
So you time it. You hear it coming, and you jump, and you don't jump anywhere near high enough. So you're in the same position as Hank is. However, yeah, you're on it. However, you have taken damage. Yeah, you've taken a bit of damage. Let me say that.
And you're blind.
Yeah, you can't see anything. Let's see how much
Has
did
the
it
bug
do?
on the windshield.
if I went the other way and didn't fall off, and the cloud got in range of me, I was dead.
Yeah, I need to let you. If you'd
Not
fallen
dead.
off, you would be dead as well. Like that's an instant.
Yes.
That's an insta death fall. You
Like,
take 7
I have
points of bludgeoning damage from the cart
Multiple
smashing
avenues
into
of
you.
death in one direction, and
Yeah.
the opportunity for really cool success in the other.
Imagine if the
that
floor
takes
had
me
been
down
there
to,
though, and had been electrified, dealing what I wrote down as 2d8 lightning damage every turn if you end your turn on it.
Wow.
It's great. This room's evil. I loved making it.
What I want
But
to
yeah, you
happen
are now
is for
grappled
Naeve
by
to
the
climb
cart.
into the cannon.
Oh, I'm grappled by it.
Yeah, you won't be next turn, but like for its next turn, you're stuck there until it's done
Okay,
its
hold on.
next movement, basically.
That was 25, so bonus action dash. With 5 feet remaining, can I use my main action to try and break that
Ooh.
grapple?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, if you've got your action left, you can do that.
Acrobatics.
Athletics or acrobatics, your
Plus
choice. Yep.
I'm a rogue. It's athletics. I'm not grounded.
You mean acrobatics?
Wait, was that plus 4? Yeah, I said not athletics because I'm not grounded.
Oh, right, sorry,
19.
yeah.
You make it. So it hits you and you roll. You roll with it over the top and land on, I will say you're landing prone on the track on the other side. But yeah, you roll over it kind of
All
like
I have left is 5 feet,
like
so
when
I
a
can't
car
move,
comes
I'm
in and
stuck.
you roll over the bonnet. Yeah.
All according to plan.
I meant to do that.
Everyone else has just seen Naeve,
Haze-
eyes closed,
Haze
run
just-
towards the cart and get splattered by it, roll over it and land on the other side.
He's just no sells the air cannon blast and just sees Naeve suddenly run into the cart.
Yeah.
I'm imagining them lying down on the track and just putting a little tiny dragon thumbs up.
Hayes returns it.
Hey,
Hank-
just let out that Courage the Cowardly Dog laugh.
Beautiful.
Hank, it's your turn.
He's having the time of his life.
You're on the cart. You've got the gust of wind gun. What would you like to do?
Hank is going to turn the gun. He's seeing all of this amazing stuff happening around these leaves and like, oh, well, my turn. And presses the button to fire the gust at the leaves.
You blow
I think
all
if you
the
do not
leaves
blast the
away.
leaves while I'm next to them.
Right over to Knives.
Right over Knives, who now gains 4 more points of No. It's not a high enough concentration to do that. Knives, Naeve, you gain 1 point of abhorrence,
Hey.
another 10 temporary hit points, and
Oh, right, that's right. I had temporary hit points.
you're now 4 years younger. You are now 15.
Hayes is just seeing Knives break out in like whatever the scale version of spots are.
Yeah, unfortunately, Haze, you're like fishing for your alchemical pouches and all that to try and like safely grab some of this, and Haze is just and Hank is just blasted it all away.
10, 20, lost 7, I'm on 13.
Wait, does Knives not have to make a wisdom save for that? Or a con save or whatever?
Not in this case because they've already got it, so they've
Okay,
already
fair
had the effects this turn around, so they don't worry that much. Hank, that's your action though. I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You can
So
remain
what
on
can we
or
see
jump
now
off
there's
if
no
you
leaves?
want. Yeah, so what you can see underneath is a hatch. It's quite easily visible. There's a ring that you can use to pull it open, and hopefully inside find an off switch.
Cool. Alright, there you go, Haze. Catch you on the other side. Bye!
Okay, Haze,
Thank you, mysterious cannoneer.
you have unfortunately just lost your chance to get hold of some of those leaves. What would you like to do?
There aren't any left. None at all.
They've blown away. I mean, there's probably like 2 or 3, but you could analyze them, but you wouldn't get to ever use them. Like, there's not
has
enough
a
for a
bunch
dose.
into their mouth.
Yeah, now I've got a mouthful right now.
Well, maybe the schematics for this will be somewhere in here.
Yeah.
This dungeon. Okay, I guess the important thing to do is to shut everything down, so I'm going to go for the hatch.
Okay, you open the hatch. There's a series of controls here with labels that are not in a language you recognize. It is common, but it's so old, it's hard to tell. So give me, as you are an archaeologist, give me a history check.
Okay, let me just double check. History is intelligence. Yep.
That's
I'm
right.
Good at that.
Yeah. This is your bread and butter. It's turned out very lucky. Like, the right people have ended up in the right place for a lot of checks on this.
Oh, so you say?
Yeah, the
I take it
roll,
back.
the 12 wisdom ended up in the perfect place to take a wisdom save.
Okay, apart from that.
Nonsense.
Unfortunate. You're looking at it, and there are 3 switches. You don't know what they do.
Okay, I'm just going to flip the bird, pull the middle switch.
Middle switch. Okay.
I start sucking.
Okay, the middle one, all of the blades shut off.
Oh.
Nice.
Very good, yeah. Yeah.
What's that, my item interaction?
That I'm counting as your action was to try deciphering them. But normally an item interaction to pull it. But in that case, because you were trying to work them out.
Yeah. I can't analyze the leaves in any way then.
No, that would be a full action. That's going to take, like, running them through, like, titration experiments, and that's it. It might even be, like, a downtime activity to research them.
Okay. Can I just grab a couple of leaves and put them in a safe sealed container?
Sure, what are you using to grab them?
I'm going to assume I've got like tongs or some, or at the very least some sort of gloves.
That makes sense. So yeah, you pick up some of those and you put them in a safe container. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Okay, it's time for the carts. Whee! 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, hold on. Do I want to shoot knife?
Things attack, it'll be a disadvantage.
It would be a disadvantage.
More prone.
No, I'm not going to shoot. I'm not going to shoot now. I'm going to shoot Haze. Boo! That is a 17 again, which doesn't hit. So you're good.
Nope. I love
15,
my armor
20,
class.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Reminds me of mine.
And Hank, you're going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Off you go. The Quarret. Okay.
Falls into an endless pit and is never seen again.
5. Yep. So Horatio. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. He's almost catching up. I'm going to do a con save against exhaustion. He's passed. He's an old man. He's not very good at this. The blades do not activate anymore. Parfait, over to you.
I'm staring directly at the court, and I'm just going to yell, the thing is back, the big robot.
That makes sense. Is that your full turn?
You hear back in return. It's beautiful.
Elbow is still tripping balls. The door's closed behind me, right? Do I see a way to open it?
You don't. Maybe it's something to do with the levers that Haze has.
Oh, crap. So, go back to Haze. I would have seen Haze fiddling with the panel now that the leaves are gone, because there is almost nothing blocking my view, right?
Yeah, she also, like, is constantly, like, talking her inner monologue out loud. Her inner monologue is an outer monologue when she's working. We've all seen it.
Yeah. So I'd yell back, Haze, I think the exit door is triggered by one of them switches.
Yeah.
And that's my turn.
Okay, sounds good. Over to... Come on, Naeve. Give us a pass. Come on. That's what we need.
Come on. Just roll a 14. That's all you need. No, you don't. You need a 15.
No. Give me a D10, will you?
I told you, this is not happening. My wisdom is atrocious.
Yep.
2.
Okay. So, you become suddenly attached to Haze. Like, you can't imagine yourself being apart from Haze for even one moment. You must use your movement and action to run to Haze and grapple her.
I love that.
You will not relinquish the grapple willingly until the start of your next turn.
I was 15. 5, 10, 15. Oh, I'm not quite sure which square is Haze on.
We'll say Haze is on that square.
Yeah, because she's looking at the levers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. I need to make an athletics check against Haze's athletics or acrobatics.
That's right. So Haze, you see Naeve just get up from having been run over and kind of lock eyes on you and just like run towards you like a rugby player almost like.
Okay. Would Haze recognise the signs of abhorrence by now?
Yeah. Sorry, what was that, Haze?
Would Haze recognise the signs of abhorrence by now?
Yeah, I think you've seen enough abhorrence that you know what abhorrence looks like.
I rolled a natural 1 for a total of 2. Is it physically possible for Haze to fail this?
I imagine not.
I have a plus. Yeah, I have a +2, so no. But I want to see how. I want to see, like, is this going to be just like a wimp fight, or is it going to be like a? I need to know.
Haze, you just step to the left, and Naeve runs past. Oh yeah, you just go no, no.
As nice as it is to see you being so friendly, I think you need to. Please calm down.
I need you.
Yes. Yes, Naeve, I consider you a friend as well.
Naeve, have inspiration. That's fantastic. Okay, we go to Hank.
All right, Hank. High five, Horatio. It's like, all right, I'm hopping off at the next stop, mate. I'll catch you at the exit.
Horatio's actively like running as fast as he can. Like his chest is going like a bellows. It's like he reaches out to you, Hank, and you just high five him.
Keep it up, mate. Keep it up.
He finally catches up, and you just high five him. Yeah.
You got a lot of puffing in you, mate. You got that endurance on you. All right, I'm hopping off at the next stop, so I'll catch you at the exit. And I will ready an action to jump off when we get round to the where the exit is.
Absolutely. I will once again need a dexterity check to time it. But yeah, I think that sounds great. Okay, Haze, over to you.
Love that Hank's had the easiest time of all of us.
Yeah, Hank solved this entire thing just by jumping on a car.
Okay, first of all, Haze is going to open her bag of holding, gesture to Naeve and say, "It's in. You're in no state to travel." And then she's going to try and pull the other two. Can I just pull the other two levers?
You can pull one of them and grab Naeve, or you can pull both of them.
Okay. You know what, I'll pull both of them.
Okay, you pull both of them.
Happens.
Okay. The door opens next to you, Parfait.
Doors open.
We go to the carts. Hank. The car goes 5. 10.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's just run over Sir Horatio.
40, 45, 50. And it runs over Sir Horatio. So Sir Horatio's coming with you. Stuck on the cart. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Whee! Dealing 6 points of damage to Sir Horatio.
Haze, what'd you do?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Sorry.
hi, Horatio.
Sorry, the scientific method demands I check every possibility and record it.
This is not how I envisioned this going, by the way. Not anywhere near as slapstick as it's turned out. Okay, that's the... Oh, the other cart goes 5, 10, 15,
No,
20,
it's going the other way, right?
30. Oh, yeah,
Does it
sorry.
take a
5,
shot?
10,
Oh, no.
15, 20,
no.
25, 30, 35.
Oh dear.
It's gonna shoot Naeve. That's a 15.
15 is exactly what it needs.
Okay, you are knocked prone.
Hey!
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay. And then we go to the Quarret, who moves 5, 10, and seems to just hover over the floor.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
That's cheating. You're cheating. Haze yells to the Quarret.
I mean, at least it'll smash the blade traps on its way over.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, no one's in the aura yet. Sir Horatio! Sir Horatio's like, ah, damn and blast! What's going on here? I'm stuck! Help! Help me out here, Hank! And that's his turn. The blades.
To drag himself
Oh,
out.
yeah, he can try to break the grapple. He's not succeeded. Natural 6. Parfait, over to you. Everything's going south.
What I know about this dungeon, the door wouldn't shut if I left and went to, say, get ready to switch the gear over to the next room.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I don't want to risk trapping people in here by switching it over. Well, I wouldn't switch it. I just hold my action till everyone was out to switch it because the Quarret is coming. So I don't really think there's anything I can do from here. So I'm just gonna hold my action to dash out of the room as soon as everyone gets here.
That makes
and
sense.
Speed towards the gears.
Yep. Naeve, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh god.
You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you.
No, I can't.
Can I get a D10, please?
What fresh horrors await?
A 5.
It's good you had a different number every time.
You become frightened by all creatures around you.
Oh, no, that's the same one as before.
Got to spend your action dashing as far away from as many creatures as you can.
I mean,
So I need to travel 40 to get
you
to
can't.
there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't dash towards Parfait.
You can get to the midpoint.
Which was this. They will.
Yeah.
Oh, I am no longer strong because I had to get up to do that.
Yeah, that's fine. You have plenty of movement speed to do that.
Yeah, I'm a rogue. I have all the dashes.
you're also 6 inches tall right now because of the age reversal.
Yes. Oh, I'm gonna have to tweak my height. Yes, I'll deal with that later. But
Hank,
I was fawning over Haze and just glorifying everything she was doing, and I immediately just snapped to it.
So kobolds aren't dogs; they're cats, is what I'm learning.
Haze just raises an eyebrow at you.
All right. Hank, over to you. You're on top of the cart, still having just a great time, and Sir Horatio is now trapped on the cart.
Right. Hank has recognised he is going the wrong way now, and that is not what this ride was supposed to do. So he is going to try and get off, get off the cart.
Okay.
Would he be able to do so at the same time as helping Sir Horatio get off the cart?
I'm glad you finished that sentence. You can grapple Sir Horatio and try and jump. I would need a check. It would probably be an athletics check to jump both of you.
All right. I will do that.
It's not the grapple is just your action is going to use. You don't need to check the grapple. It's just because Sir Horatia's not going to contest it.
Cool. All right. Let's do this. Oh yeah.
You're fine. Yeah. So you can jump to anywhere in this square. Like, that's fine. And take Sir Horatio with you.
Cool. Just make sure I'm unattached and let's go, Sir Horatio. All right.
Shouts tally-ho! All right. Very good. You've still got your movement, of course.
I will use my movement to go. 5, 10, 20. Oh no.
Okay.
I can't count. 20. There we go.
Okay. Haze.
I slap you.
Over to you. The door's open.
Yep. Haze is going to move. I think it's time to take our leave, Sir Horatio.
Oh yes, good idea.
Haze is going to hope he doesn't realise that she pulled the lever and reversed the cart.
Don't worry, young Haze. I'll hold off this beast.
No, you are not. Let's go.
We can literally just run out the door.
Agree to disagree.
I need someone to help me carry I need someone to help me carry Naeve.
You need
You
help?
want to help me rescue Naeve?
Well, of course I'll help. Whenever there's a damsel in distress, Horatio is there.
Close enough.
Wouldn't have.
Okay, sorry. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I use an item interaction to scoop Naeve into my bag of holding?
No, absolutely not.
6 inches tall.
First of all,
fine
Naeve is
now.
not 6 inches tall. Naeve is likely 2 to 3 feet tall. Second of all, it is absolutely never an item interaction to pick up a person, okay?
If they're a dead person.
Even if you were grappling a fairy or a sprite, it is still a full-on grapple.
Okay, yeah, I miss being grounded. I mean, it would still be an action to grapple someone, but I could, at the very least, I still have my dash.
Yeah, and this would be a contested grapple.
That's because I'm afraid of you right now.
Oh yeah. Well, can I try and stuff Naeve into my bag of holding so I can easily port them to
Absolutely.
safety?
Make me a grapple check contested against Naeve's athletics or acrobatics. So athletics for you, Haze. Athletics or acrobatics for Naeve.
Okay. Let's go armor of strength.
Oh yeah.
The one time you roll high.
What?
Oh, but it doesn't matter. Wow. So, Naeve, you are diving and weaving as the source of your fear comes running towards you with a bag. Like, this is how children get kidnapped, and you're fast becoming a child. So, yeah, but Haze, you have done this before, and by that I mean kidnapping. And you put the bag straight over Naeve's head.
That loud.
And yeah, you've no, it's because of all your experience getting in the bag yourself that
Oh yeah.
you're just able to get Naeve in there.
Oh,
What a weird
Haze,
set of
stay
rolls.
calm.
Fantastic.
Embrace the bag. The bag is safety. The bag is sanctuary.
You know, just watch out for any bagmen.
There is a terrified Naeve in there. It might not be sanitary by the end. Okay. Yeah, that was your action, and you now have a kobold in a bag of holding.
That's all my movements and all my actions. So that's
Okay.
everything from me.
Over to the carts. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Parfait.
Hello.
It's a
Bye,
natural
Parfait.
2. It's not going to get you.
No, it's not.
This one is going to shoot Sir Horatio before going. Oh, that's a 21 to hit. Sir Horatio, your AC is 18. 5, 10.
He's on the tracks.
No.
Oh.
He's skidding off the edge. Now, So Horatio, you get a chance to grab the ledge, as the players would. Okay, let's see. Okay, natural 18. He's grabs the edge and he's hanging there, but he's gonna need help up. Fuck. 5, 10, 15, 20,
I did the math. It's gonna take like 2 rounds for the quart to get to the leaves. At least.
Yeah, we've still got time.
All right. 5, 10, 15. So Horatio scrabbling there, going, "Help! Help me! This is not an honourable death."
Can we have a Maga for the pirate's aura?
Yeah, let's put an aura circle on it. It's currently at 20 feet.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Next time it'll increase to like 25, and it's probably going to get close enough to engulf us if we don't get out of here.
Yeah. Say the time that it takes to get to the leaves is not the time you're worried about. The time it takes for the
Aura
to
to
get
leaves,
you
yeah.
is what you're worried about.
Yeah, and so Horatio is scrabbling. He's like, "Help!"
But if you can't save Sir Horatio this round, he dies.
I'm going to do a check to see if he can get himself up. He's an old man. He's struggling. He's not. He's just holding on though. Okay, the blades don't activate. I can just delete the blades. They're not going to turn back on. Parfait, over to you.
Next turn, Haze is going to flip the blades back on.
All right.
Just to annoy me.
All right.
I mean,
so what I have seen, and I have seen him get knocked off the edge, at least. So this is going to be burning a spell slot with bonus action. No, I'd have to make the attack to get the bonus movement for Zephyr Strike, which would use my action, which means I wouldn't be able to help him.
It's tricky.
Yeah. I mean, it's effectively a dash that removes opportunity attacks. The knight's fallen off the edge. Someone has fallen in Lego City. Build a rescue helicopter.
God damn it.
Okay, let's see. I can 15. I am not making it back to Sir Horatio at any time. So
Okay, don't worry.
I'm going to jump back on the track. Oh wait, no, the carts are still moving. That's right.
Yeah, the carts are still moving. The carts are going that way. You can go behind
What
it.
you can do is you could come and grab Naeve in the bag.
Yeah, I'll jump over to try and grab the bag of holding and run out with knives.
Okay, that seems fine. With your jump, that's easy enough to do.
Yeah, and then I'll dash back.
Yep. Carrying Naeve is not really a problem because the bag holding just weighs a flat amount no matter what. So yeah, you can just dash back if you'd like.
All right, so me and Knives are out.
Nice, well done. Speaking of which, though, can I get a wisdom saving throw? Come on, let's get a nat 20. Ooh, not enough, but ooh.
Still a failure.
Can I get a D10? Yeah.
You need help
15.
to get out of a bag
No,
of
16.
holding.
Yeah. A 2. You become suddenly attached to the nearest creature.
Oh, fuck.
Parfait!
You grapple Parfait.
In order to grapple Parfait,
Your
I would
hero.
first have to get out of the bag.
The bag of holding, yeah. But the bag of holding
I'm
is not
holding
that
it
deep.
shut.
You can just
I'm
reach
holding
out of it.
shut.
Oh, okay.
I would argue, even though it's not technically how the bag works, it would be very funny if Naeve was just hugging Parfait through the bag.
My question was going to be regarding how was I in the bag? Was I feet first or head first? Because either which direction you go in makes a big difference.
I'd
Up to
say
Haze.
feet first, because I think Haze just pulled the bag out and just swipes it over your head.
I would also like to argue that Naeve's is on another plane of existence, and the nearest creature is themself.
Okay, Naeve, you are head first into the bag holding. Your feet are sticking out. Please make me an athletics check with disadvantage to try and grapple Parfait with your feet. Parfait, you can use acrobatics or athletics, whatever feels best for you to contest
Being
that.
as my head is in the bag of holding, I now have a time limit on the air I have to breathe.
10 minutes.
7.
Plus your combo.
Okay.
My con mod is not good. 1.
16 on the acrobatics.
You're fine. So what's happening is these feet are flailing around, and Parfait, you're just kind of holding the bag at arm's length. You're like, I don't know. You can hear from inside it, Naeve shouting, but yeah.
Thank you so much. You saved me. He's gonna do it. Everything was sideways. You're gonna die.
Do we have a rehab clinic in Airedale?
Perfect. Okay, over to Hank.
All right. Hank sees his good friend Sir Horatio fall down the side. We'll run over to him and try and help him up.
High five him. Okay, yeah. Roll me an athletics check, please.
Okay.
That's great.
17.
That's enough. Yeah.
Hey.
So Horatio's, you pull him back onto the ledge,
Okay.
and you're free to use your rest of your movement.
All right. Hank looks at Sir Horatio and says, "We got to get everybody out of here. Otherwise, we're not going to complete this whole dungeon. That would be an honourable thing. So let's get out. Go."
All right, if you say
He'll
so.
move 10 feet, which is all of his movement.
Okay. Haze, over to you.
Okay, but I don't think Haze can really do anything to help Horatio move faster.
Okay.
Or can she? But what she can do is tank the minecart shot.
Wise. Wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The carts are going to go. They take the shot.
Question, by the way,
Natural
is the
one.
minecart near the quartz load?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It stops. It's going to shoot the quarret. It fails to hit it. It merely got a 20. And the other one's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. That was originally going to be part of the puzzle, was that you had to maybe like use the slow of the quarret to slow down the minecarts and all that, but I thought that's going to be too complicated to add on to all these other things going on. The quarret, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Dear.
Oh,
Close.
It's getting there.
Run.
It is getting there. So Horatio gets to his feet. 5,
Run
10,
over to this door.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. He's used half his movement to get up. Parfait.
I am seeing the choir coming. I've got a very confused little kobold in a bag of holding. So I am running over to the gear, getting ready to change it.
Okay, absolutely. Naeve, please. Do me a favor.
Do you still have inspiration?
I do. I'm going to use it now. Because I'm probably going to need to.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Oh my god.
It keeps
Have a D10,
happening.
Nick.
Yeah. 8.
8.
All right. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. You are silenced as if by the silence spell. So good news, Parfait. You've got peace and quiet for a little bit.
Do I then get the rest?
You do get your full turn now. This time, this isn't one of those ones
Awesome.
that takes your turn. There's
I've
only the
got
low
one
numbers.
thing I can do, and that's try to get out of the bag.
Yep, you can definitely try to do
As far as I know,
that.
you're tripping balls, so I'm gonna fight on keeping you in there.
Hilarious.
Unfortunately.
I love it. What am I rolling? Is it to break a grapple?
Yes. The
Okay,
Haze
so,
Haze Deliver patented rehab program. Get in the bag.
Is this a disadvantage?
It's in the bag, Naeve.
I will say it's a disadvantage because you're like upside down. You can't see your way out. It's difficult. On the other
19.
hand, that's a 19. Parfait, can you roll me
Natural 20.
natural 20? Oh my god, what is going on here? Okay.
He's not allowed out.
a second ago.
Guys against me. They've never met me.
All right. You're squirming. You're doing your best. You managed to reorient yourself.
Silent.
Your head is now out of the top of the bag, but Parfait
Hey.
has just pushes you back down again. But you're now not upside down. I will say that. so you won't have disadvantage on future checks. Parfait, you see Naeve's head pop up, shout something at you, but you can't hear it. Just nothing comes out. Just
Very
mouthing
dilated pupils.
Hank, over to you. The Quarret is coming.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is Haze blocking the path?
Yes.
No.
15. Wait, where did oh fuck? I've lost count.
Right. That was 35. That's square.
Right. That was 35. Okay, right. 40. Oh no.
You could make the jump. I'm out of the room. Parfait's not there.
Which way is this cart going? The cart's going that way.
Cart's going that way. You're actually at the safest point right now.
Right.
So you can.
That's as far as I can get.
Wait, you can't. How much movement did you have left? 10 feet, surely.
Yeah, it was 35 to get the Haze.
You've got 50 total with your dash.
Oh yeah, I've got 50. Yeah, I can't count. I can maths. Okay,
don't worry.
And then I'll jump the gap.
Okay, you jump over. You're ready. It's down to Haze, the last person to get across.
Horatio counts.
The last person to get across.
Okay.
Horatio's gonna stay behind and fight.
Just need to double check something. Okay, I think we're just... Okay, so Horatio is just going to be safe from the radius. Haze is going to turn to Horatio and say, okay, let's go.
Yes, absolutely. It's time for you to go.
Oh no.
You as well.
Not this shit again.
I'm not leaving until you leave.
Damn it all!
Haze stands behind Horatio and gets caught in your...
Roll me persuasion.
Can I help? Because I'd be yelling in this room. I will come back in there unless you leave.
Yeah, advantage.
Hey,
I
that's
will
good because I
turn
have
this
plus
party
one.
around, so help me God.
Be kind, dice. 18.
He goes, damn it all! Can't you just let a man die with honor?
No.
Blast!
And with that, Haze is going to get to the door.
Yep,
And
okay.
leave.
The carts are going to move. Honestly, it doesn't matter where they are currently. The Quarret comes along. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Wait, where's he on the initiative? Ah, I see.
And Sir Horatio turns to you all and goes, get out of there! I'll hold them off! I'm sorry, I needed a DC 20. Stands there and readies an action.
Can I use an inspiration to re-roll that check?
No.
No, not now.
Parfait, it's your turn.
Someone else's.
I run back in the room. Exactly what I said I'd do.
Okay. You run back into the room. I'll say probably from where you are, it's going to have been about, let's say 10 feet to get to where your token is now. So you've got the rest of your movement.
And I am staring at him, just looking at him. Sir Horatio, you're seeking an honorable death. Throwing your life away in an unwinnable battle is not honor. Help us solve this puzzle. Get out.
If I can kill this thing, it'll keep you all alive.
You can die fighting by our side, mate. Come on.
Make me a persuasion check with advantage because you've got help from Hank.
No. I really hope this rolls well. Oh, wait, with advantage. That's right.
Yep, with advantage.
I'm dumb. Inspiration reroll. I have +1 persuasion.
Same.
We are not the persuasive lot.
13.
13. Not going to be enough. Naeve, can you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Yes, I can. Just one pass, for a giggle. Nope. Okay, I'm
Nope.
a D10.
D10. 4. You are deafened by a cacophony of extrastellar winds that howl in your ears. But you get your turn
Blind
again.
and then deaf.
Hey.
Mutant and deaf.
I would like to get out of this bag.
Yep, you can make your grapple check, and this time not with disadvantage.
Hooray!
Contested against Parfait's athletics.
17.
17. Okay.
Athletics, not acrobatics.
Yeah, when you're the grappler, it's always athletics.
Yeah, 18. I have a
18?
-1 to athletics, and I rolled an 18.
You are squirming, but Parfait is so sick of everybody's shit right now.
It's so bad! Leave him behind! Let him
It's
die!
close almost to a barbarian rage that has come over Parfait right now.
Let me go!
Yeah, you can't get out. You can't get out. Hank, over to you. What are you doing?
Hank is gonna shout at Horatio.
Okay.
I'm not leaving you behind, mate. And he jumps back onto the tracks.
Ooh.
Takes a step to Horatio. Looks him in the face. An honourable death is by the sides of your companions, fighting the battle with them, not on your own out in the field. Come back with us. I'm not letting you do this on your own.
Inspiration. And now roll me persuasion, please.
This is just a straight roll.
You need a natural 20.
And I will re-roll with inspiration. Oh, okay. Can I grapple him?
You can. Yes. Athletics check versus Sir Horatio's athletics. You need to beat a 12.
Okay. Oh, no, not with advantage. Undo. There we go.
Oh no!
Seriously?
You go to grab him, but he just pushes you away. No, you don't understand. I have to do this. I have to. Get out.
This isn't the way, mate. This isn't the way. And Hank will step back.
Yeah. Haze.
Okay. Could Haze try and come up with some brilliant historical argument for why he really shouldn't do this?
You could try that, but it will still be persuasion.
For God's sake.
I'm sorry, that's what persuasion is for. If you want to persuade people, take it as a skill.
Would it be persuasion using intelligence instead of charisma?
You know what? I would allow that. I would allow intelligence persuasion. Yeah, I'd allow that. I think that's fair.
Okay, this is going to be with a +5 then. Anyone want to back me up?
I'm still shouting about how we need to close the door.
I would
if
love
Haze is,
to come up.
if Haze is talking about historical battles, Hank could back her up by talking about by chiming in with some stuff about his gladiator battles, being about how it's all about camaraderie and sticking together.
That
and stuff.
sounds reasonable to me. Like that sounds reasonable. You can have advantage.
Okay, here we go.
Fucking.
Have you
The
used
dice
your inspirations up?
Want it?
Yeah. Wait, have I?
I don't think you have.
I can't remember you using inspiration tonight.
All of
I
us
feel like I
have.
have.
Bad luck if you've used it. If it's not on your sheet, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's on my sheet, but I might have just forgot to untick it.
Ah.
I feel like earlier you gave me inspiration and then I used to have.
You used your after action inspiration and then got another one.
Oh yeah,
Then you can re-roll it.
another bite of the cherry then.
Oh no! So close, but no. You can tell looking at him. He's got his mindset. His mindset.
This man is ready to die.
If I touch his hideous laughter, can we drag his laughing ass out of the room?
Well, yeah,
We'll
we
have
still
to
need to
jump
grapple
the
him.
gap holding him. It
Yeah.
would be really tough.
The
You have
carts.
a problem. The Quarrel's turn is coming up as we speak, and Horatio is going to be in that aura. You're not getting him out of that.
And he's only slowed.
25, 30.
Yeah, but you have to step in it to get him.
I have a plan, but it's really stupid.
I think you had to start your turn in it to be affected by it.
I don't
no.
know. I can't remember. I wouldn't chance it either way, to be honest.
It's Horatio's go.
He's gonna walk towards it.
When the Quarret's movement speed hits 30 feet, he goes twice in one turn.
That's not good.
We need to go.
Sir Horatio looks solemnly at you all and says, I told you to leave. I can handle this blighter. You haven't seen the last of me.
Yes, we have.
Now go! The Quarret. 5, 10, 15. Strikes at Sir
I think
Horatio.
we're going to have to concede this.
Okay. 25 points of force damage. Sir Horatio is bloodied, but still up. Sir Horatio's readied action goes off and strikes at the Quarret. Natural 20, does no damage. Parfait.
I'm genuinely distressed about the loss of this character. I actually liked him. I can't think of any way to salvage this situation. I've tried so many times to just convince him that this is a pointless death.
It's a tough persuasion, unfortunately, and the dice have not been with you all.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say you're throwing your life away. There's no honor in this. Come with us. Write a better story. People will tell songs of your bravery if you survive this day, which you will not if you stay to fight this thing. You struck a mighty blow and it just glanced off of it. You're doing nothing.
Roll me persuasion. I will say the rest of you surveying the battlefield and seeing how fast the Quarret goes, the Quarret will go before Sir Horatio.
Well, you say roll persuasion?
Yeah, roll persuasion.
No advantage? Because I basically need a natural 20 for this.
I don't think anyone's helping at the moment.
Anyone?
Haze is basically screaming at him to stop being ridiculous at this point.
Okay, roll
He's
with advantage.
basically just screaming at everyone to stop being ridiculous, trying to save him.
Yeah.
Haze is also pinching the. Oh wait, no, you're out of the bag.
18 again.
I'm still in the bag.
Yeah, that's it.
Bad luck.
I've done all I can. I'm leaving the room.
You've done everything you
Going
can.
back to the gear.
No one can say you haven't done everything you can. Naeve.
Anything beyond this would just be sabotage.
Yeah. Naeve.
Parfait just you're stood next to
Yeah, I'm defeated. I'm not even trying to contest your grapple at this point. I am depressed.
Still taking action either way, which is why I'm not going to do that. But I will reach up to the valves, ready to shut that door the moment Hank comes to it.
Sounds good. Can I have a wisdom save?
So that's a ready action. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I was distracted by the drama.
Oh, let's get a D10.
They're getting higher gradually.
4.
Deafened again by the extra stellar winds.
Where is all this wind coming from?
But yeah, you've readied action to get those levers turning, the gears turning, and all that, and to get everything ready. Hank, you are slowed.
Wait, don't I have to make a save?
Let me check. Actually, I think it was a save. Yeah. You're right. Sorry, you're right.
A wisdom save.
It is a charisma saving throw.
It's the same score anyway. 11.
That is a failure.
Okay.
Your movement speed is halved. You can take an action or a bonus action, but not both.
Can I still... What is my standing jump?
It is your strength score halved.
Okay, so I can still jump across here then.
Yeah, you've got to make like 12 feet. So if your strength score is 24, you can get over there.
Is that 12 feet? I thought it was 8 feet.
Oh, sorry, it's 8 feet. I'm being stupid. So if your strength score is 16, you can jump that fine.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay, so I jump, and then I look at Sir Horatio one last time, and I wave and wipe away a tear and step through the door.
Gives you a stiff salute. Visibly injured.
See you around, mate.
Haze.
He's just sort of solemnly lowers her visor. Sorry.
Wouldn't that trigger my reaction? Oh no, I'd just slam the door shut.
Yeah, that triggers Naeve's reaction.
Everybody's out of the room now.
The door slams shut. So the last thing you see, Haze and Hank,
Haze.
is Sir Horatio's shaky, snapped salute.
Haze, as a bonus action, just snaps up her helmet. A single tear drips out.
Rest in peace, Sir Horatio.
I don't suppose we could have commanded our elementals to just carry him out of the room.
Oh, that would
option you had,
maybe
yes.
have been possible, yeah.
Just thought of it.
I mean, that's it. In situations of high stress like this, you're always going to miss things.
We did everything.
Don't let it eat at you.
Yeah.
I did not miss that. I just didn't suggest it.
Sometimes the game hits hard, and this is one of those times. You did very well to get out of there without taking much damage. We are probably going to stop on that pretty heavy bombshell.
Yes.
Why don't you all dial in a room, and then I'll know which one we're doing next time.
All right.
Fields, chattel, and sky. I think Nick said something about sky being spooky, so...
Yeah.
Remarkable.
Field sounds pleasant.
Chattel is kobolds.
Apparently.
Yeah, you have Sky, Fields, and Chattel left.
Enfys, do you have a preference on the god wheel?
Primordial's been... Well, let's try Balefire. Just so we know what kind of stuff we can expect from it, and then we can choose based off the effects that we've seen.
Okay, you're going for Balefire. That'll be fun. I'm going to tell you the effects of Balefire beforehand, just so you all know. While under the Age of Balefire, rooms take on a demonic or fiendish aspect. While in a room under the Age of Balefire, all rolls are made disadvantage until a character sacrifices something. For example, their largest spell slot, a quarter of their health, a use of a long rest resource. And then you will gain advantage on all of your rolls in the room.
Oh,
Interesting.
You've got to make a deal with the devils.
that's cool. That's cool. I like that.
Pretty sure Haze already does that.
Yes.
Nope.
We're going to finish there.
Oh, did we choose a room?
I think you didn't you? Oh, sorry. No. Oh, we'll go for it. Sorry.
We just did something that was sky-like, so I vote Fields.
Alright.
Yeah. I think we need something peaceful.
Something nice and grounded.
Okay. Heads up, that was the one room I hadn't managed to prep, so I'm very glad we're stopping here.
Wow.
Now I think we can go an extra hour.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I can't believe Nick didn't go beyond the fields of barley.
It's the one room. The one room I hadn't prepped, so I'm very glad you didn't choose it until now. But yeah, we are going to stop there. You all played fantastically today. Thank you. Thank you all for dealing with the late start and the really dodgy audio setup that we had to do last minute because Discord was not letting anyone connect.
It's like, considering we lost an hour, we got through a lot.
You got through a lot, yeah. You did like what, 4 rooms, something like that.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah.
That last house was wild. It went from Free Stooges to Lord of the Rings and the Mine of Moria. Mines of Moria.
Yeah. Rest
Sir
in peace, Sir
Gandalf.
Horatio. Sir Gandalf, yeah. I'll say goodnight to everyone, and then I'll hop in the chat to give you all your XP. But yeah, thank you all for playing. It's been wonderful.
Bye, Woody.
Thank you for DMing. That's all.
Bye.
I've got to manually mute you all. That's fun. Hold on a sec. Muted. Okay, and I'm muted as well. Right, let's go to the outro screen. Thank you all for watching. This has been a really dramatic one, I think. I didn't expect it to end like that. Like, the writing has always been that Sir Horatio will try to get himself killed to save everyone, and he will try hard. But a DC 20 check with 5 people trying it over 3 rounds, that's just bad luck. I'm afraid the dice wanted this to happen. A huge thank you to everyone who's been watching, and a huge thank you to everyone who supports this. The names are going to be up on the top left in a second. If you want to get your name there, you can go to ko-fi.com/cursedness and support on any of the tiers there. But yeah, this has been a hell of a session. Thank you to Ben Newman, Super Tali DX, Al Wyman, Icky Foo, Catman, Neo Gets, 8-Bit Goggles, Craig Burko, and Summerby. I'll see you all very soon. We've got some pretty exciting things coming up. On Sunday, I'm doing a very special stream. I've been given beyond early access, special early access to the Rogue Prince of Persia. So come and see that. I don't think anyone has streamed it apart from like maybe today, tomorrow, Sunday. That's it. Like that's I'm really excited about that. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And good night.